Yo, what's going on? What's going on, cool? Y'all come on in, man. Let's get it. We got it going on today. All up in here, all up in your face. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on in, cool. Wipe your feet off. Ring the bell. Let's get it. Y'all come on in, man. I see y'all, man. I appreciate y'all up in here today. Relax and talk sports. Elizabeth Lasser. What's up, JP? Kevin Kev. What's the deal? Chris, I see y'all, man. Y'all come on in, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Wipe your feet off. Come on in. You know what I do. Don't bring this bullshit up in here. Don't bring that bullshit up in here. Don't bring it in. We got enough going on in the world of the Carolina Panthers. What's going on, Omar Red Swarm? I see y'all, man. I see y'all, man. Destiny King, Big Mike, what's going on? Why? Supernova, what's going on? I see y'all, man. Hey, let's go ahead and get it, man. Get it off your chest, bro. Get it off your chest, man. Get it off your chest. Hey, there's two talking points that I want to hit. Y'all see the thumbnail, man. And y'all know the hot topic. Dan Morgan. Dan Morgan, the GM. Well, really, maybe 3 points. Scrape on another. Dan Morgan is the GM for the Carolina Panthers going forward into the 2024 season. All right. One thing. Dan needs to hit the ground rolling. Go ahead and sign Brian Burns, man, and hit this free agency and hit this draft. Put his stamp on it right now. Show me you not a yes man. Show me. Cause y'all gonna be talking about, oh, he's Carolina, he's a player. That's why I put him on the thumbnail with the uniform on. Carolina, he's a player. He GM, he did administrative stuff in Seattle and Buffalo. But Buffalo basically is Carolina 2.0. Brandon Bean up there, a bunch of our players ended their career up there. Dan Morgan, he came from over there where he got his start from. Everybody say he started from the ground. He started from the bottom. Now he here because he started as a area scout. That means go get a nigga from the airport. Go look at this cat over here, this college over here. Do this. A lot of riding and staying in hotels and all kinds of stuff like that. My only beef. No, I ain't getting into the beef yet. I'm sorry. Patty, what's going on? I ain't getting into beef yet. I ain't getting into the beef yet. Okay, hit the ground rolling. That's number one. Show me that you can exert your will or know how to roll with Tepper. Either be able to play him to the left, make it, hey, sit on down. I got this. I got this. Yeah, I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it for you. Learn how to play him to the left. Show me that you know how to do that. Hit the ground rolling. Exert your will onto the team. Put your DNA on it. Put your mark on it. Your X, your mark. X mark the spot. It's my shit. Claim your territory. That's number one. That's number one. That's right, Kevin Kell. He need to move fast. He need to move fast. He need to move fast because they supposed now the way they supposed to do it, like I told y'all, the pecking order. The man sitting on top of the mountain, the owner, GM, head coach, quarterback. I keep telling y'all the pecking order, but they supposed to, how Tampa like that. He want to change shit up. He want to reinvent the wheel. I did this. You know what I'm saying? This is the way I do it. He want to say, hey, owner. He wants to put some type of administrative personnel over football, pro, this, whatever, personnel, director, whatever the title gonna be, dude that's gonna be in between him and the GM. So this is the cat he gonna be calling to the office and having meetings with. This is the cat he gonna be walking down the hall with. They talking about Brenton Tillis is the front runner. I ain't even really going. If a surprise name coming there, I'll be like, all right, I don't know where he come from. That's why they fired Samir Suleiman. He's gonna take the duties of Samir Suleiman plus basically shadowing David Tepper, I guess, and doing whatever, taking some of the grunt off of the GM's hand because supposedly in the Carolina Panthers structure, the GM was wearing too many hats. I guess the boys was overloaded. They couldn't really focus on scouting and getting talent in here. They might have been getting one up, beat to the punch, whatever, when it come to going out there and getting motherfuckers. Like Scott said, he was in on every deal. Trade daddy and all that bullshit, right? He was supposed to be in on every deal. Well, apparently he was late to the party on most of them deals that he was supposed to be in. Okay? So exert your will, buddy. Get there fast and learn how to basically play tempo. Okay? Number two, a gripe that I got with you, boss. A gripe that I got with you, cuz. You was in the building since 2001. You ain't no newbie to this motherfucking shit here. You ain't no, you helped or you was there. I'm gonna give you the benefit. I'm giving you the benefit of that. I ain't no, now, when I start to see stuff that ain't gonna look right, smell right, I can't eat it. I'm on your ass, homeboy. I'm on your ass. Oh my, I'm on your ass. You hear me? I'm on your ass, damn Morgan, because you was here. I'm giving you. That's all you got. That's it, cool. That's all you got. That there, that far. You ain't got no wiggle room. You can't wiggle because you been here since 2001, bro. Either you set Scott up to fail, you sat right back there and said, I want to do that, but I ain't saying shit. I ain't saying shit. Let his stupid ass go up in there and run up on that landmine. Let him jump in there and swim with a motherfucking shark. I ain't saying shit. I ain't saying shit. That's to me, that's what you did. That's what you did. Either you did that and you made a cool calculated step and slid right up in here and got the job and you get ready to turn this shit around. But you ain't say nothing. You don't work with that man in Seattle. You come back over here to work with that man here, and you ain't say nothing. That's number two. There's a point I got with you and a gripe I got with your ass. Now number three, I've been hearing this name. I've been hearing this name been ringing. It ain't been ringing loud. It's been a whisper. It's been a whisper. And then the name that's been whispering in the wind is Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell. What's up, C? I see you, boy. Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell. It's been whispering. It's a David Tepper, Nicole Tepper, and Jim Caldwell have been doing interviews, head coaching interviews, this and that interview. They doing the interviews and they're looking for that person that's supposed to be that buffer zone. Jim Caldwell is going to have some type of administrative. Right now, he's supposed to be a senior advisor. He's going to have some type of administrative role. Now, go back to my point number two. I said Dan let Scott jump his ass in that shark-infested water. He let Scott step on that landmine, run out there in traffic with his dumb ass, run out there in traffic. Get hit by a damn park car. He's so damn dumb. This nigga got hit by a park car. That's how dumb he is. Okay. Anyway, Jim Caldwell did the same damn thing to Frank. Jim Caldwell is supposed to be a quarterback whisperer too. But Jim knows both sides of the ball. He can OC, DC. Jim is a football man. But they said Jim Caldwell spent most of the time, even Frank said himself, Jim Caldwell, oh, well, he was in the defensive room. Now, why did your dumb, stupid motherfucking ass sit there and let the man who was supposed to be helping you build his team, because he don't make no mistake about it. Jim Caldwell is a program builder because he built the same bullshit. He came into Detroit, looked just like this, a mess, a complete 100% utter mess. And Jim came in there, worked his magic. He come from Indianapolis, worked his magic, had them boys playoff contending and everything like that. When Matt Stafford, this and that, whatever, got them right. They brought in Matt Patricia, fucked it up. Then Dan Campbell, y'all know what time it is now. But big but he sat there and he said, I'm not going nowhere near that offense, Bryce Young, all them clowns. I'm gonna go over here with Evero. I'm gonna chill out, get my check. I might go tell Tepper. He might have been the mold because now he with Nicole and Tep eating lunch, might be going to the house and shit. He had to be toting news. That's what we call it in the South, toting news. Toting news. Because number 4, the last one I'm gonna put in there, just like Hayden Hurst has said it, a couple more people have said it. And that coincides with what I'm saying about Jim staying out of, being smart, being a football savvy, wise, foxy veteran, staying out of that offensive side. Hayden Hurst said it. Thielen said it. A couple more people said it. They said Bryce Young had too many voices in his ear, meaning there was too much going on. This person trying to put in this philosophy, Frank, Thomas Brown, McCowan trying to tell him this, dudes trying to run saying you too little, you ain't shit. Too many voices in his head, too much. The processor was overloaded. Now we bought this damn 2100 gigabyte super Macintosh processing Intel integrated system, but it got overloaded with football stuff. Got overloaded. Too much information got thrown at them. They said that, and see, y'all don't want to hear this. Process this now. Let me in on a little secret. They said sometimes the offensive line didn't know how much of a drop step that Bryce was going to take this week, how deep he was getting ready to go back, where they wanted to set him. They were still working on sets mid-season and beyond of the depth that this nigga needed to take. So you see what I'm saying? When we sit here and tell you about how they was sitting in a 5 technique, wide 9, and things like that, approaching, doing stunts, crossing each other like that, you cannot block the man on the outside. You need a tight end, or you need to scrape this guy with the back if you're icky and you don't even know what type of depth this guy's taking, or if he's not taking it on a consistent level. So you know how far out on each play that y'all done practice and stuff, if we setting up different all the time. But that's just a technique issue, and I have been seeing it. And I try to tell people, but now they brush that away because he need to be a guard. Or he's trash. If people in the know tell him, no, man, he's just a second year. Now he's a second year lineman. That's one of the hardest positions to play because football, believe you not, the quarterback position is important, but football is won in the trenches. The big boys play the game. So that's my 4 points right there. I started with 3, but I gave y'all 4 because I got a lot of information. Because, like I said, all I do is look up this shit, and I ain't coming up here telling y'all nothing crazy all off the wall. This has been reported. News and Observer, all our beat writers and all types of stuff like that have reported this. That's just the things I want to get off my chest, y'all. That's it right there. That's what you need to be thinking about. These are the key points. So does Dan Morgan need to hit that line as much as everybody thinks when Brady Christian come back, when Austin Corbett come back? Or is it scheme, or has he got all these voices out of Bryce Young head and they getting ready to, and one person come in, this head coach or this coordinator comes in and gets him by himself and maybe click for this boy a little something. I don't know. Or do we might have to just get his ass up out of here start from scratch at the quarterback position. But also, Jim Caldwell being in some type of administrative role, senior advisor, administration role, are they listening to him? Apparently they are, because he's tied at the hip with Nicole and Dave right now. And then Dan Morgan, can he exert his will? Can he put his DNA on his team? Since they're going to take some of that overload once again, because that's becoming a pattern that they putting too much on people's plate. Now, since they're going to get this other guy, this buffer zone dude, Tillis, the front runner, is he going to help taking some of that stuff off his plate, and he can concentrate on scouting and putting talent on this roster and cutting away this dead weight that's on this roster. Y'all know who some of these players is. I ain't even getting into that. We'll get into that later. Who need to get the fuck up out the door. But his core key pieces keep resign and add some more to it. We ain't got that many dragon eggs. We ain't got that many picks. And we ain't got a whole ass load of money. So he working with scraps. Let's see what he do with it. Q, I see you in the building, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, driver?
I don't know, man. That's the thing that's been on my chest right there. Those are the things that's been on my chest.
Well, you know what, Go? There's a lot that's been on my chest today, and I really want to get it off. I understand that Dan Morgan, to us, we all know that this guy was not the number one, the clear-cut number one for the Carolina Panthers. I don't think nobody came in under the impression that he was going to be the guy. So, number one, this is a little intriguing, man, because I'm here and I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt. I have been sitting here, and the last couple of days I have been just letting it resonate with me, resonate with how I feel about it. And essentially I've been saying to myself, how should I feel about Dan Morgan coming through the door? And you hit the point. You said, hey, he was behind this other guy. Granted, okay, I get that. Number one, if he decided to sit back knowingly that no one inside that he could build his team differently, and he chose to stay quiet, one, I'm gonna push that to the side, because to me now I'm all about the betterment of the team. I'm all about the betterment of the Carolina Panthers. So I'm saying to myself, how much better is his talent evaluation than what we already seen on this team? How much better can he look at the talent around him and say, okay, we're deficient in this area. What other area needs to be addressed? Like, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, okay, coming through the door, what can he do now to upgrade the Panthers and take us to another level? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm to the point now where the number one thing is we have sat here deficient of talent for the last 2 years, especially the last 2 years. And in comes Dan Morgan, who wowed everybody inside those meetings. Now, I don't know what he said that could potentially get these guys so excited or so horny to the point that they said, hey, we want you to lead us into the future. But the number one thing I choose to do today, Go, is I'm going to stick to the positive side. Number one, with Dan Morgan, when you see him, you see a ray of light, because he understands the culture. He understands what it means to be a Carolina Panther. He was a part of that Super Bowl team where he had almost, 27 tackles in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. In the Super Bowl, in that one game.
In that one game, he was superhuman. So I'm getting a guy that understands hard work, talent, dedication, understand what it means to be a cardiac cat. And that term, we don't take it slighted at all here in Carolina. Cardiac cats, the heart to never give up, the heart to never say die, and instill a culture. So, number one, I have been watching across social media, and I have seen players been ranting. Players have been going like I saw Trey Boston and a couple other guys. They love this pickup because they
Mm-hmm.
feel like they're getting a player's guy through the door.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Number one, I said to myself, me selfishly saying, hey, he's been in the room, he's seen this. What if he can come in and reinstill a culture that we haven't had? And I'm trying to be as open as possible to Dan Morgan, the GM, because like I said, I wanted fresh blood in the door, but it's always think about it. With all this decision making, you don't go ignored. I'm gonna be real with you. The Carolina Panthers haven't been ignoring this cat and just sitting back and saying, "Okay, yeah, we're not gonna do what you go. We're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
doing what you
yeah,
want." You don't
yeah,
ignore
yeah, yeah,
somebody this long and then say, "Hey, we're gonna put you in front." So this
yeah,
tells me
yeah. I
he's been
completely.
quiet about what he should do, and this
Yeah.
tells me that he came to when the opportunity arose for him, he said, "This is what I would have done differently. This is what I would have do right here.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh, I would put more investments into this, that, and this. You want to win? You need to run the ball. You want to do this? You need to have a
Mm-hmm.
stout defense. This is what I would invest into. If I'm Dan Morgan and I wowed these guys by simply just being myself, the unadulterated truth that people like, because what they know about Dan Morgan, he's a blunt guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's physically he's an imposing will, and maybe he is the guy that comes in and reinstills the culture. I listened to Greg Olson today,
Yeah, yeah,
called
yeah,
him. Who did he call him? Go. Who did he call him?
yeah. They call him Luke Kuechly. Like I said before,
He,
Luke Kuechly and Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. They said that
Mm-hmm.
he is the guy. He's just as good as the guy that reinstilled the Lions back into relevance.
Luke Kuechly before Luke Kuechly was on the field, and Dan Campbell with the intensity, in the coaching, coaching.
Yeah. Greg Olson said
Yep.
that today. And like I always told you, go in my eyes, Greg Olson, I love myself some Greg Olson. Pause. No homo, none of that stuff right there. He's one of my favorite
Yep.
players. I know the intellect is there. I even went on the record to say, hey, if there was ever a guy that you could look at from within, Greg Olson was one of those guys. He is
Yeah.
standing 10
And
toes down behind Dan Morgan.
yeah.
I said to
And
myself then, holy shit. These
yeah,
guys
don't
just don't
forget
come out and endorse just anybody.
Yeah, Greg wanted the job for as head
Yeah,
coach. He wanted the job, and then Cam Newton, whether you like him or not, Cam went and endorsed Greg because Cam was like, anytime that they was in the film room and this and that, like I told you about Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome, go down as one of the greatest GMs that did it.
yeah,
Championship, championship
Mm,
DNA.
mm.
Ozzie say, yo, who had the clicker? When you go in, who was working the clicker?
yeah.
Who
That tell
kept
you.
who had a remote?
Hmm.
Greg Olson
That's
had
the
the
guy.
remote.
Yes,
Greg
sir.
Olson ran the room. That's the
Sure
guy.
did.
That's the man. That's the leader. That's the
The
motherfucker on the
guy,
field right there.
the guy who we said was the culture for us, the heartbeat, the guy that instilled culture and helped put it back to relevance, came out this morning on the Pat McAfee on the Pat
McAfee.
McAfee show, and said, "Hey, this guy right here, I'm not." He said, "I'm not going to make any promises." Basically, in a nutshell, is what he was saying. But he was like, "Hey, this guy for the city of Charlotte is the guy."
Yeah.
In a nutshell, like
So
I said, I'm seeing
that
all the former players come out.
that's why I'm like this Q. I'm swaying. You know what I'm saying? It's a windy
Yeah,
day, bro. It's a wind. I'm that
yeah.
little Bible motherfucker at the car lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm
Well,
sitting back. I'm gonna shut my mouth. Like I said.
I,
Now
I'm gonna
when I
put it
see
like
different,
this, go.
I'm on your ass.
I'm,
I'm on your
I'm,
ass now.
I'm gonna put it like this, go. Canals, the dude that's in Tampa Bay, just got 4,000 yards out of Baker Mayfield. Now, from what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing right now, Dan Morgan and him has been linked big time. And from what I'm
Really?
understanding, yeah, Jalen, this guy is the number one guy for Morgan to come through the door. Now, if they make him the head coach, you could expect a Jerry Evero to stay on as defensive coordinator
They don't do, yeah,
unless he get a
they
head
said
coaching job.
yeah. Now I don't know if Jim is hooked to him because of Ever is hooked to Tepper, making sure Evero don't go nowhere. But if dude come in and then whoever the offensive coordinator, whatever, uh, and Evero stays, which they say Tepper got a lock on him. You,
Hmm
unless he get a head coaching job, he gonna make him honor them 2 more years he got or that year he got or whatever. And y'all don't come up here talking about it's for no third round pick and all, no compensation pick. And say he's just that damn good. Don't play this
Well,
man.
I'm gonna tell you like
I'm
this:
not
if
gonna
a
play him.
Jerry Evero leaves for a head coaching gig, we do get a third round compensatory pick.
Yeah, but I'm
So
saying some people are saying Tepper's holding on to him, saying just because of that. No, 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 man. He's just that good with this defense.
yeah, he's
And
that
y'all
he's
know.
that good.
Y'all seen what went on with this
You could
defense.
look at some cats and see that they got it, and as Jerry
Yeah,
Evero has it. I wouldn't be
y'all seen
mad if they
y'all
made him the head
yeah.
coach. I'm just more concerned about the culture, bringing players in, creating an environment, making Charlotte attractive again. And I'm wondering because, like you just said earlier, they're splitting up the duties of the GM now. Now,
Mhm.
this could go really, really good, or it could go really, really bad. Because last thing you want is a meddling, like you just said, a bunch of hands in the pot.
Yeah.
But you got to have
Oh,
everybody under one accord for this to work.
and Omar, that's this is that the reason why they even looking at this guy is strictly on the success that he had with that offense over there with a Baker Mayfield type. Y'all
Hmm
motherfuckers behind Bryce. Every time you say, Bryce is this, give him a chance. And Bryce need one more year. Put something around Bryce. You're trying to bring him in a whole fucking coach. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring him in a whole fucking coach that's done coached a little short motherfucker and had success.
Look, if the nigga got success
That's
out
what
of
they're
Baker,
trying
he
to
can
do.
get success out of anybody.
Yeah,
I'm under that impression. If the
yeah.
nigga
So
can
that's what
make
they're trying to
Baker a
do, bro.
Pro Bowl quarterback, he could take Bryce and make Bryce an all world quarterback. God damn.
He's supposed to have the skill. I ain't seen. I seen little, not in a flash, but little puffs. I seen little puffs of what he can do. But I mean, so you bringing him in a whole coach that when he come in the door, he ain't surprised like Frank. This is what you working with. All five, one of his ass, 100 pounds. So
Not
there he
five
is.
one.
Damn,
Not
you done
five
took
No,
him down a
one.
foot.
hey, there you go. No surprise. This is what you got. What you see is what you got. What you
But
see is
I
what
have a question though. I have a question for both of y'all though. How is this Buccaneers head coach finna fix Bryce? How? Tell me how.
Well, the
I,
only thing that you can
I'm not.
hope for,
Yeah, go ahead. Go
the,
ahead,
the
Queen.
only thing that you can hope for is that at that second pick 33, they go get a, because this is what they're going to probably do. They go get a playmaking receiver. They better
Yep.
Oh,
double back at some point in time in this draft, get a tight end between the fourth and the fifth round, and they better bolster up this offensive line and pick two guys. This going to
Yep.
probably be an all offensive draft here and there. So if they
And
go
don't
in and
forget,
get him pieces like that, there ain't no reason for him to fail.
any type of bread they got, they can they gon' that's why they bringing in a numbers man. That's why they focusing on the numbers man. Any type of money that they can roll down the hill, move, get from the side, pull out the couch cushions, they gon' spend it on offensive guards. They gonna spend it on the free agents that's
Yeah,
out of. I ain't gonna say they the best. I ain't gonna say whatever, but they gonna go find something a little bit better then Cade Mays, motherfucking what name Van, whatever his name is, and any of the other motherfuckers
man.
that came up in there.
I'm gonna be real with you, go. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see one of these guys on the offensive line get traded. Don't be surprised if you see that happen. And I think the only one that got enough value to make something like that happen is probably Bradley Bozeman.
Hmm
Bradley Bozeman got enough because you don't want to mess with Icky. And Taylor Moton is for his money and his age, you won't be able to get up off of him. And he got arthritic knees. So Bradley Bozeman is the only one. He's what, 28?
Yeah, I
And
understand.
no, I'm dead serious, Jalen. I'm dead serious. He's 28. And you got to start looking at potentially because he's a run blocker guy. You're gonna have to start selling this guy because they're gonna probably try to get up off of him. If there's anybody on the offensive line, they're gonna probably try to trade. It's gonna probably be him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Expect them to swap around. They're gonna make some moves on that offensive line. Brady Christensen,
Okay.
y'all might as well say y'all goodbyes to him. And Austin Corbett, both of them gone. Injuries. That's the number one thing this cat talked about. Being
Yep.
injured. And he ain't gonna keep cats that stay getting injured.
hmm Which is a good thing.
Oh,
Which is a
Yeah.
good
yeah.
thing. I need these niggas on the field. I don't need them back down in the training room. I don't need them in the
Yeah.
blue tent. I need them on the field.
Yeah,
So
but
okay.
and this goes back to prototypical size and strength because anybody could have looked at Brady Christensen and see he didn't have the requisite strength to play the guard
See,
or tackle
he's
Yeah,
position,
gonna go
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
why
based
he's
on
yeah,
your
struggling
physical
instead of getting
attribute.
hurt.
That's
Yeah.
when I
yeah,
said how Dan Morgan was
yeah.
gonna draft people. He's gonna draft people based on physical attributes and stuff. So
And they
Yeah.
those
probably gonna let.
I think so too, Jay. I think
I
so
think
too. I
so.
think so too. I think because he know as a former player, he knows what it takes. He know what type. He should have that eye for what he's looking for. That's why I say put your DNA on it. Put your stamp on it. You got to
Yep.
start strong. You got to start fast. You got before old buddy come and say, "Well, I ain't with this." Cause he ain't got but like this. That's all he got. He ain't got far before your boy start meddling and butting in and writing down plays and shit on napkins again. He ain't got that damn long.
I think now this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he gonna let him build a roster. He gonna let him get camp bodies in. He gonna let him get undrafted guys in. He gonna let him hit free agency and get who he want. And then if the shit don't look right, I'm trying to tell y'all when preseason stack up. If we look terrible in preseason again, you could expect David Temple to come in with that stupid shit. But
That's what
if
I'm
we
saying.
look
Yeah,
solid and we win a game or two here and there, I guarantee you he'll back off in preseason. After preseason.
Yep. He'll back off.
yeah. Showing some progress. Start showing some progress.
Yeah. Because at least you could, because if you in preseason, those are games that'll get you up to see how you look amongst the rest of the league. So, and if we could come out and compete and look at least a little healthy, we don't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, cause and then I think it may be a thing, Q, where the record is not going to reflect what we doing. Like say we like that Teddy year. You know what I'm saying? I gave us that Teddy year because we lost them 8 games by field goal, a touchdown field goal or less. You know what I'm saying? And we was right there in it. You had 2 receivers, 1,000 yards, and you had a lot of the numbers, but the record, the scoreboard, the wins and losses didn't reflect where the team was headed. But they didn't build on that. They didn't keep They didn't keep Teddy for the full term. They went and got Sam. They continued to give away draft picks and do dumb shit. And that's
Well,
where we at. That's why we at where we at right now.
and I'm gonna tell you this time right here, they better develop a power run game.
Man.
If they don't do nothing else this off season, they need to commit to the run and they need to commit to having at least a power back come in the building that can handle the bulk of the carries. Now,
hmm
if you're going to
Bring him
restructure this
out.
offensive line and get some of these guys in and out, you're going to need to get a bell cow back. I hate
Yeah,
to tell you
yeah,
this, Bryce Young,
yeah.
you cannot drop back 50, 60 times a game and try to
Yeah.
win with him.
No,
It's not going to
no.
happen.
Because you're gonna get a shot to get one guard. You're gonna get a shot to get one guard. And from the way the weather is, if you're gonna go, they got us getting an edge rusher. We've been connected to edge rushers. We've been connected to wide receivers, of course. Different wide receivers, maybe 2 edge rushers. In the third round, you've been connected to D tackles. They trying. And myself, I can see that plan because I keep telling y'all this game is won in the trenches on the offensive defensive side of the ball, right there at the line at the point of attack. Okay, so I see them going into free agency and trying to get whatever's out there because you don't shake trees and people don't let them go when you have good offensive defensive linemen. They either start to let them go when it's contract time or when they start getting old or if he's got somebody coming behind him that's younger and then he still has value. Just like you just said about getting rid of maybe Brady Christensen or this or that dude or whatever. Now is the time to unload them for a pick.
Yeah.
But if you wait, you got to start paying them. And when you got to start paying them, then you got to kick money down the road. You got to restructure contract, and people don't like to get people with restructured contracts, and that's baggage that they coming with.
Well,
But you
and
usually
that's the
have to
thing.
do that with a
If
line.
you got restructured guys, in order to get up off of them, just to get them out the building, you probably gonna have to take some of their contract. Like if they
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to really
yeah,
get up
yeah,
off of Taylor
yeah,
Moton, they would
yeah.
probably have to eat some of
Gotta
that
eat that money.
contract money,
Yeah,
and
ain't no
probably
problem.
like
Yeah,
he's owed $24 million right now. Out of that
yeah, ain't
24,
no
you're gonna have
problem.
to probably eat about 16 of that, cause
Yeah,
another team probably only gonna want like 6 to 8
yeah,
million
yeah,
probably.
yeah, yeah. See, they're gonna give you the pick, and basically what you're doing, Q, you paying for the pick. When you eat that
Eh,
money, you paying for the pick.
Yeah, and
It's
that's the
just the
thing. You
ability
can't
of
cut
the
them.
guy.
You can't cut them because if you cut them, it's $32 million worth of dead cap. If you do, that's the cap penalty for cutting them.
Yeah,
So
you
That's
it's
paying for the
crazy.
pick.
impossible.
You paying for the roster
hmm
spot.
Yeah, that was a bad contract. And shout out to that guy Tills that we're looking at that can probably come in here and try to rewrite some of these contracts and figure out the money aspect of everything financially.
So how in
Well,
the blank
at the
we
time,
going?
Q, he was worth it. He was worth it at the time.
The hell he
But
was.
see,
I told you he wasn't
but
worth it.
when
Remember
they
I
had the
said Taylor Moton didn't. No, go. I understand he was the only thing that year that because other than Christian McCaffrey, when and this is where I differ. That I didn't. I Christian McCaffrey got his money and Taylor Moton got his money, and then after they realized how much money they gave Taylor Moton for no Pro Bowls because they thought he was going to be a Pro Bowler that year, then they say, "Oh shit, we fucked up." You're giving him $24 million a year as a right tackle, and he made no Pro Bowls, nor has he been the best player on this offense. You're paying him left
Q,
tackle money.
once again, he got snubbed just like Derrick Brown got snubbed that year. He was the best right tackle in the game that year. The money was good. The money was good. The money wasn't dirty
He
like
he
it is
was
right
he
now.
was
The money was
serviceable,
good.
but go.
He
I
got
beg to differ with you because, like I
hold
said,
on a second.
we had a power run game. Christian had 1,000, and he had 1,000 on the ground. But that still does not. I still wouldn't have gave him that money, that kind of money. I would. I don't think he was rightfully deserved $24 million right tackle. Now maybe 14, maybe 12, yeah, because I mean that's the league basic. But to give this guy $24 million and 16 million, at first it started off with 16, and now it's where it's at now with 24 million. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I'm saying though, the thing is, Q, the money got restructured. If the money had never got restructured, kicked down the road, you understand what I'm saying? The contract would have been good. You wouldn't have been sitting on all the money right now because it already been paid out like it was eventually supposed to be. But they kicked it down the road, and why? Why did they kick it down the road? Huh?
So
Why did they kick
I'm
it down the
I
road?
you missing my point. My point is you don't pay no, just like you don't pay no running back that big pile of money. You don't pay no right tackle, especially one that's not special, no 16 to $24 million a year. It's unheard of, driver. Come on now. You know better than that.
What I'm saying
Right
at the time,
tackles, you
this dude was
you pay a
was just
guy $24 million on the offensive line, he better be your left tackle. And he better be protecting that blind side.
okay. At that time, this man was your best lineman. right?
Yeah.
Y'all huff and y'all puff when we don't pay people to secure money, to secure talent. Talent.
Yeah.
That's what that's what they
We
was
don't
doing
pay
to keep
people
the
and we
gap.
don't pay the right people is the problem in Carolina.
But if you kind of look at the big picture, regardless, you huff and you puff when they don't pay people. And then the next thing, then the next thing is that mine. Then the next thing, you huff and you puff, and when they don't pay people. Then when they finally pay people, it's like damn,
I see them boys in the chat. They loving Chuba Hubbard right now. Boy, oh boy,
I
wait till you hear
yeah
what I gotta say on that one.
yeah. Now we huff and we puff
He's a
when we
good
don't
number
pay
two.
people, and then when we finally pay people, then it's like all right, pay the nigga too much. But the biggest thing, the elephant in the room, the contract got restructured because your owner, once again, like I keep telling y'all, the motherfucker peeping behind the door. The nigga that's got his hands on everything. He's the owner, yeah, but everything he touches. He was the one running after Deshaun Watson, running after Deshaun Watson. That's why that man contract got restructured to clear up that money to try to get Deshaun Watson to be in that Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. That's why. That's why Christian McCaffrey ain't on this team right now. Not because, oh, we needed the picks and shit. We had already sent the picks and everything like that. We could have built the line for C-Mac. Then you go and change the plans, send him down the road because we need picks so we can go get Bryce. Everything gets
Go.
shifted just like when this motherfucker just sit down and just think, I got an idea. Let's change it.
I,
You
I
understand
I
what I'm saying?
understand. I understand what you're saying. Go and logic and right. What you're saying makes perfect sense. But what I'm trying to tell you is by right, that same year that Christian McCaffrey had that thousand and a thousand, we got up to Taylor Moton's contract year, and he was 26 years old at the time, a 26-year-old right tackle. And what I'm
Yeah.
saying is his market value was about 10 million that year. We overpaid this cat, is what I'm saying. So therefore, as a GM, a good GM has a decision to make. A good GM sits down and gives him the 10 million and say, "Hey, we want you to be here for the long term. This is where we think you value that." You sit down and you negotiate with him. In a righteous world, we should have had a right tackle behind him, just in case he said, "Nah, I don't want that 10 million. I want 16 starting off."
But we
That way,
did.
you could have had cut ties because one, you couldn't afford to give him $16 million. Is what I'm saying. You should have never been in that predicament to pay him that big ass contract anyway. Because good GMs have talent sitting behind other roster spots. Behind, like right tackle was due for a contract that year, they should have had one drafted the year before. You get what I'm saying? If you got
We didn't.
quarterback issues, you go take a quarterback the year before you think you need quarterback issues, is what I'm saying. If you
Yeah,
got running back problems, like right now, we got running back issues. We should have been in the draft last year looking for running backs. You get what I'm saying?
I understand
Hmm.
We
wholeheartedly. You
behind the
100.
totem pole, bro, is what I'm saying. We should have never even been in this terrible cap situation. But because it was last minute resorts, us doing stupid shit, now you got to pay the piper. Now you got no choice but to pay this nigga because you fucked up. Once again, hence a la Brian Burns. You're going to have to pay him close to $28 million a year. When if you'd have signed him 2 years ago, you could have paid him 24 or 22. You could have negotiated a while ago. This is what I'm saying. Smart GMs do shit like this. You start
Okay,
getting ready years beforehand.
Q. But what if? Okay, you said this is what we did because we didn't have this and we didn't have this and we didn't do this. If we'd have had this line built out, and even though at the time, if you'd have let Chris no Taylor Moton walk and got nothing for him, like
Yeah.
you said, we didn't have shit behind it. We don't really got shit behind him now.
Exactly. And
Right
that's
or
the
wrong.
stupid shit I'm talking about.
So,
Fucking stupid shit
so,
I'm talking about, bro.
so now you caught up financially and you still don't have the talent. So I mean, so that even legitimizes, you know, the dumb shit because now here you caught yourself in a bad situation. What? When that was signed? 4 years ago? 3 years ago
Four
or something?
years
And
ago, you could have had this line
still in the
solidified
motherfucking
4 years ago.
That wow.
so all I'm saying is if the shit was right at the time, because we ain't the only one that overpay for motherfuckers that we get caught in that situation. A lot of people do it. But sometimes it work out, sometimes it don't. At that time, that man could have walked and went damn near anywhere because he was a hot right tackle at that time. And once again, just like he is right now, he was the
Okay.
best motherfucking
I'm
tackle on
glad you
our
say
line.
that.
Not
I'm
tackle,
glad you
but
say
best
that.
lineman
What
on the line.
now I'm gonna use one example and I want you to tell me what you think about this. Kansas City a year and a half ago got rid of their right tackle and their left tackle. And them boys was in, they were 30 years old and they were in their prime. And what did they say? We can't win, we can't upgrade with these guys. What we're gonna do is hit the draft of next year and we're gonna
Yeah,
have successors right behind them. Like I said, good franchises know when to
yeah,
do that. They got rid of
yeah,
Schwartz and they got rid of
yeah.
the other cat. I can't remember the left tackle name, and they went in back in the draft and they had another guy
But
right
see
there.
how we always, but see how we always, but see, we always in the position, Q. We always on fucking defense, and we ain't never on no fucking offense. We always on
Yeah,
defense, and we ain't never on
yeah.
offense. We ain't never in the point where saying we ain't getting ready. We got to be realistic to ourselves and say, well, we ain't winning shit. That's why Cleveland say we ain't winning shit. We ain't got the quarterback right now, or we ain't got this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's rid of these two niggas before we got to pay them. You know what I'm saying? And get dragon eggs once again, y'all, on
That's what I was
5-year
saying. Go. They
contract. But
realized it was
but
time to get rid of these cats. See, there's a time clock in a good GM's head when he understands where we need to get younger at a certain position. We haven't been
but
doing this in the
at
last
that
couple of
time
years.
that we was at Telemote, we thought we was competing. We thought we was competing. We thought, oh shit, we got Sam Donald right here, and we got the team right now. What we go 3-0, and everybody was like, oh, we getting ready to do it. We getting ready to do it. And then what? Damn Dallas came in and took our head smooth the fuck off our shoulders. And then y'all went down, came right back down to reality. Right back to reality. Right
Yeah,
back to reality.
yeah, yeah.
Right
Back
back.
to
Back to
reality.
life. Back
Yes, sir.
to
There it is.
reality. Right, Jalen. What the hell you know
Better
about
sing
that,
it,
Jalen?
Jalen.
You know nothing
That
about
before
that,
your
Jalen.
time, Jalen. You ain't know nothing
Jalen
about that.
Moore. What the hell you doing? Anyway,
Mhm.
but we always think we this away. We won this away. We always on defense. We always thinking about what this move we can make or this and that's how we put ourselves in a fucked up position all the time.
Go.
Look at it. Look at
You
how we
see that on the
practice
screen? You see that on the
right
screen right there? You see that on the
What's that?
screen? My man said we should have been invested at the linebacker position. Think about it. When we got news that Luke Kuechly retired, we should have took our punk ass back in the draft that followed that same year and
When
went and
we
got us
lose
a
a star,
successor.
when we lose a star, a mega player, it takes us
Mm.
6 to 10 years to replace the nigga. It takes us 6 to 10 years to replace
Hell,
a
it
nigga.
took us 10 years to replace the damn left tackle. Shit. Jordan Gross,
Takes
it took
us
us
six
10
to
years to
ten
replace
years.
him. And now they saying get rid of that nigga that replaced him.
Yeah. These motherfuckers, man, it's a joke sometimes how we handle our business around here, man.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
it is. But like I said, what expectations for a new GM? Understanding when to call it quits on a player. Like you have
That's
to
true.
get bodies in. You have to
That's true.
understand when to evaluate these guys and get them out the door. And stop
And,
holding on to
and you know
guys.
what? And you
What's
know
up?
what? If
What's up?
maybe if he can do them two things, if he can maneuver and move and shake around Tampa and get off niggas and be able to get picks, he ain't got to do too much else in my book. Tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah,
Tell you the truth. Because we've been terrible at that. We've been terrible at that for years.
yeah.
Terrible.
Unfortunately, that's the state that we're in now. So my expectations for a new GM coming in is a lot different than everybody else's. I want them to take a real good look at this roster, stack our roster up to everybody else's in the leagues, and see how far away are we from, the Kansas Cities of the world, and see how far we are from who's another guy contender, the Ravens. Like, stack our rosters up, our talent level up against those guys, and see if we can't start hitting where they're at. Getting guys that's special through the door. Not just taking chances on guys that, hey, well, he from Carolinas, I like him, let's bring him on in just because he's from the area. What the fuck kind of shit is that?
We can get him undrafted, and he looks decent. Not he's special. He looks decent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all kind of
I had
bullshit
my
like
fair
that.
share.
We need a this, and I guess you can hold a spot for right now. You know what I'm saying? And stop it like Chuba Hubbard, who if the league minimum is 2.8 a
Mm-hmm.
clip running back, and Chuba doing 3 point whatever. I mean that's
3.8.
mid. Yeah, and
3.8
the
yards a
elite
carry.
Yeah, so 3.8
and
is
the elite
Average
decent.
mother.
running backs and
Yeah.
elite running backs are getting 5 yards plus a carry. And think about
Yeah,
it. Look at Chuba numbers for 17 games where most running backs
70,
get about 80 to 100 yards a
70,
game.
yeah,
He
yeah.
barely got 902. What was it? 902 yards?
Mhm.
Was it 4 touchdowns? Come on, brother. Like, he's a good number 2 running back, but he's not the guy.
Complimentary
A
change of pace back,
complimentary guy.
power back, or something like that. Complimentary guy, man. Hey,
Like,
yes.
you remember back in the day when we had Jonathan
Okay.
Stewart and D'Angelo Williams? Well, he would be like one of those guys. He's not the power back that Stewart is, but he would be the change of pace back for somebody. And that's not bad to have. But as your clear-cut number 1 guy coming into a season, no, sir. He is probably third string on somebody else's team, bro. And that's just me being real. I don't want to. I know everybody love Chuba, but it's all good.
People love tuba.
Yeah, they love Chuba to death, man. So that's why I say last year they hated Chuba because he couldn't catch worth a damn. He had brick hands. And remember how many games he fumbled on kick returns and shit like that? He redeemed himself this year, big time. And so he didn't have to pass catch out of the backfield. Remember, he was just running straight up the middle. He didn't have to do any pass catching. I bet you if his ass had to get out there and do a little bit of catching, they would think otherwise. Because the NFL has evolved. Running backs now have to do more than one task. They have to catch out of the backfield as well. I'm just saying.
2 run routes too, just in case. Because
Oh yeah.
because if a team is playing over the top, you have to have a running back that can
Mm-hmm.
also, run routes like a like a slot receiver. So you got to
Yeah.
know.
Well, and that's what you're supposed to have paid Miles Sanders to come in and be. But after you look at him being the big pile of dumpster juice that he was this year, I mean, damn, son. Where did you find this from?
We should have used Miles Sanders as like a receiving back and used Tuba and Cameron Peoples in the backfield. That's what we could have did, but oh well.
Well, for what we got Miles Sanders for, you would think eventually you would utilize him a little bit more in short option game because, like I said, we ran a variation of the West Coast. Now it doesn't look traditionally like San Fran's West Coast. It doesn't look. That Frank Wright's system is a variation of the West Coast. It's supposed to be short, intermediate passes, quick outs, stuff like that you would see all day long, and a lot of wide out, a lot of split out. Supposed to be trips in there too, but you didn't see much of it because they struggle with getting motion. They struggle with putting bodies on the field in order to get motion.
Mhm.
We couldn't be man coverage, so I mean, it was a lot of shit this year.
Yeah, it was a lot, man, and and Miles Sanders, he's not an every down back to me. He's really good at receiving, man. I mean, he's good at that. But if you
But
But Jalen at
he
the end
had
of
a
the day, man,
lingering injury though.
yeah. Then he didn't.
Miles
Well,
wasn't shit this year.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't shit. He didn't show us nothing. None of that 14, 13, or whatever 100 yards that he didn't bring none of
1,300.
that with him. He didn't bring none of it with. He didn't bring no yard with him from Philly. He didn't bring nothing from
Eagles had a
Philly
good
over to us.
center
I
He
though
left
I
too.
think
every bit of
I
that
think the number
with
one thing
Philly.
that pisses me off with Miles Sanders is his level of accountability. Like when he goes out there and he plays terrible, he'll come on to the he'll come to the interviews and talk like he had 100 yards rushing.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
nigga,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
you of all people shouldn't be opening your fucking mouth talking about nothing. I don't want to hear you say shit.
yeah. This
Like,
this nigga
sir,
left all his talent in Philly.
yeah, yeah, you
Exactly.
ever seen Space Jam? When it took his talent, they took this
Yeah,
motherfucker
yeah,
talent.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's a good example. That's a good. That boy walk around like a damn zombie. That's what that
Miles
was.
Sanders though,
Walk around
he's
like a damn zombie.
Yeah,
They
Miles
zapped
Sanders.
this guy. They zapped him. He got zapped.
No, but
don't
Miles
tell.
Sanders though, he's one of those running backs is where he's gonna need a good O line for him to even be that well. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just some running backs,
Well,
man. They
that's
gotta
not
have
a
a good O
difference
line.
maker then, Jalen. That's not a difference
Nah,
maker. You just
he's just a
listen.
guy.
You know what I'm saying? You just a guy. You just a guy. You don't deserve that type of money as a guy. You
Yeah,
don't deserve that type of money as a guy.
I'm not
Just a
gonna
special guy.
waste. But he
Yeah.
getting $6 million a year. It's supposed to be a $24 million contract, and most of it was front loaded. But I'm like,
Hmm.
bro, for what we just got for you, let's go ahead and cut this shit and just cut my losses. I'd much rather get you the fuck up out of here. But like I said, they're probably going to keep him because of the money that they spend to him. I hope that there's a way that they can get up off of him. I mean, I really do.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
you know how it go. What's going on, Mike? Let's get it off your chest Wednesday, man. How you feeling today?
First off, before I get to the positivity, I want to address this bullshit with the Chuba Hubbard shit.
Uh oh.
Ooh.
Carolina,
Okay.
Carolina
Okay.
Panther
Okay. That's enough.
fans, Carolina Panther fans have got so used of terrible shit that they try to hold on to some average or some below average shit.
Hmm.
You look in the NFL this past season, and you see teams like the Detroit Lions with 2,000 rushing yards on the fucking field. You see teams like the 49ers with 2,000 rushing yards on the fucking field. You see teams like Baltimore with 1,800 rushing yards on the fucking field. And you sit back and you got a guy that gives you 900 fucking yards and you want to hold on to him like he's fucking Jameer Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, or fucking Derrick Henry in his prime. I don't understand it to save my life. Listen to me, y'all in the chat room that talk about the bright spot of Chuba Herbert. Most of his yards was during garbage time during the game. Now,
Woo.
I'm gonna run that back for you one
Ding.
more fucking time. Most of his yards was during
Mm.
garbage time during the games,
What?
which means if
Hold
the
up, Mike.
defenses was
Hold up
actually
now.
playing
Take
like they
like
was,
at church.
if
Take
they
your
was,
time. Take your time. Take your time.
if they was playing like they were playing somebody that was actually performing like some fucking contenders, he wouldn't have had
Woo.
900 yards. He might not have had 700. That's the truth.
Ooh.
Now I
Ooh.
know y'all want to put your pom poms up when you see what you call a decent stat, but this
Ooh.
shit was garbage time. Do not come up here and think we have anything close to a diamond in the rough when it comes to Chuba Herbert when he's averaging. What tells you that? All you got to do is look at the average per carry, 3.8 yards.
Yes, sir. Yes,
3.8
sir.
yards. That tells you right then that the whole first half of each game, they was punching him in the mouth,
Mm.
and
Mm,
he couldn't
mm,
get
mm.
going. They
So you
said,
live
"Come
in
here."
the first half of that game, they only sending three, maybe four or something like that. They ain't putting 8 men in the box or nothing like that, is they?
You know what? Ain't no defense in the league even considering putting 8 men in the box against Chuba fucking Hubbard.
Ooh, come on, Mike. Mike. Ooh.
Well,
Do
damn.
you do you know how do you know the moment a defensive coordinator put 8 men in box with Chuba
Now,
Hubbard
hold
in the
up, Mike.
backfield?
You
They
kind of
getting fucking
fluttering
fired.
on a you fluttering on a disrespect. You fluttering on a disrespect level now. You
And
damn
I
near
mean and
disrespectful.
and I mean every fucking word of it.
Oh my God.
Well,
If I was
damn.
running a team, if I was running a team and my defensive coordinator put 8 men in the box against Chuba Herbert, I'm firing him before the game's over
What?
Dang.
because he doesn't know football.
You
Oh
being
my God.
disrespectful. You being disrespectful, Mike.
Ooh.
Let's
Being
get it
Ooh.
off your
disrespectful.
chest
I,
Wednesday.
Yep,
But
Y'all see
yep,
the
yep,
link.
because
yep.
Big Mike already done set this
what?
bitch on fire.
Mike.
He's not being
I'm fair.
disrespectful. He's not being disrespectful, but they stay with 8 men in the box because the quarterback can't throw past fucking 10 yards, 15 yards.
Ooh.
He can't throw to the sideline.
Look,
But
now let me tell
he
you
stayed with
something.
8 men in the box. And then they're playing from behind the whole game. He still had 900 yards. Bryce
Listen,
Young's yards were all garbage time yards. Why would you say the running
look,
back
look.
yards are garbage time yards when they're getting blown out? How could you
Let
say
me tell
that,
you
bro?
why. Let me tell you why I can say that. Because I literally watched the games where
I watched every
they
single game
took.
too. I
Can
watched
I
every
finish
single
my
game too.
comments, sir?
Yeah,
Can I
finish,
finish my
finish, finish,
comments,
finish,
sir?
finish, finish. Yeah, man, yeah,
All
finish, finish,
his
finish, finish.
all his broke off runs was in the second half of the fucking game. When he broke off and finally got some touchdowns, that man got 2 touchdowns in the first half of the whole fucking season. 2 fucking touchdowns in the first half of the whole damn season. Let me rewind that tape. You want a man? Yo, you know
Bryce
how
Young
many
has
times we had to,
2,000. Bryce Young had 2,000 yards passing in the fourth quarter.
bruh.
He had
I ain't
2,000 yards
say
passing in the
anything.
fourth
I
quarter.
never said. I don't think you understand me. Did I ever say anything positive about Bryce Young either? I'm saying both
I
of
don't
them is
know.
some ducks behind this offensive line. We got
Duck,
2 ducks at flat.
duck,
That's what we got behind the
duck,
offensive
duck,
line at flat.
duck.
We have nothing
Donald,
positive behind it.
was it, is it Donald
And
or Uncle Scrooge? Which one is it? Donald Duck, Daffy Duck?
It
What
was
kind of
Huey,
duck?
Louie, and it was Huey and Louie. Huey and Louie.
Duck,
Boy, y'all
and look,
boy,
bro,
wow.
nothing but
let me
duck,
tell you something. Let's break this down for you
Bubba
real
duck.
quick. I've seen running backs get off when the quarterback is horrible. Have you not?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I
I've
I
got to
seen it.
sign off
I,
on that, Mike. I got to sign off on that now. Yeah,
I've seen
I
it.
you're
done
I've
right.
seen
seen it. Yeah,
running
I've
back.
seen it.
I mean, look at Saquon Barkley last year. Daniel, not last year, but the year before. Daniel Jones ain't no motherfucking good quarterback, but I swear Saquon Barkley put that team on his back and
Yeah,
carried
but
their ass to the
Mike,
playoffs.
Mike, we said elite. We said elite. Saquon is elite.
They got,
He's elite.
you know what? Okay, well let's dial it back just a little bit since we can't talk about elite.
Elite.
How
Yeah,
about
you can't
Isaiah
talk about
Pacheco?
elite. Okay.
Isaiah Pacheco helped carry Kansas City when the wide receivers couldn't catch a fucking pass. When they led the lead in drops, Isaiah Pacheco said, I got it from here. Until Rice got his shit together and Travis Kelsey was not looking like Travis Kelsey ever since he got Taylor Swift pussy. Isaiah
Yes.
Pacheco decided, I got this and I'm gonna take care of business. And
Oh,
his receivers won't catch you nothing. No
Pacheco's
catch. No
good,
catch
but
nothing.
Pacheco's good. Pacheco's good, but I don't think he's too much more better than Chuba Hubbard. I don't think he's really too
Excuse
much
Did
me?
more
you
better
just
than Chuba Hubbard.
did you just say that?
Did you just hold on?
Come
I
on,
didn't
bro. Come
wait,
on,
hold on.
bro.
I didn't
I
hear
don't think he's that much more better than Chuba Hubbard.
now, if y'all want to jump on Al's
Mm.
ass, y'all jump on his ass now. Y'all jump on his ass. Yeah, jump on his ass now. Jump on his ass.
Ah,
He
Okay.
said it.
I mean,
Okay. Well,
it's all, bro. You got look at the team. Look at the team you're talking about. You're talking about the fucking KC, and you're talking about Carolina. For him to get 900 yards,
bro.
how much yards did Pacheco have this year? He had like 900 yards too rushing this year. He had like
Yes,
900
with
yards
80
rushing
less,
this year too.
with like 80 less carries. That
We gotta
matters.
run the ball, bro.
We gotta run the
We
ball, but
gotta
what
run the
y'all don't
ball, bro.
understand
We
is
gotta run the
what
ball,
what
bro, because we can't throw the
you right.
ball.
I'm not saying that we not supposed to run the ball. What me, Q, Goat been saying all this time is that we didn't say cut Chuba Hubbard. We said put him beside a power back, like when he had Dante Foreman here. That's when Chuba Hubbard looked his best. When Steve Wilkes took over and he had Dante Foreman plowing through and he changed the pace and Chuba Hubbard come in. That's matter of
Yeah,
fact, let's
yeah.
give credit
Hey,
where credit's due.
but is
We
you gonna
gave
pay him?
Detroit
Is
that.
are you gonna pay him, Mike? Are you gonna pay him? And then you ain't even got his complimentary piece yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Nah,
said,
we not.
this ain't
No,
the
no,
show right here today to say get this nigga out of here, get that nigga out of here. This nigga can go, that nigga can go. This ain't the show today.
no,
We're
no.
gonna do that later.
But to
We're
pay
gonna do
him,
that later.
but to pay him
But to
some
pay
kind of,
him,
but to pay him some kind of big contract. No, 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 no. I don't agree with
yeah,
that. No,
pay
no,
Yeah.
no. I
him,
don't agree with
and
that.
Matter
then
of fact,
No, I'm not
see
saying
y'all
that.
arguing,
I'm just saying he's not. I'm just saying he's
y'all
not bad.
debating.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You and
yeah, yeah,
Al
yeah.
debating, and then both of y'all agreed on, like, oh no, he's not a motherfucking piece that you gonna pay because he's a difference maker. You got to go find his piece
Nah,
to help him make a difference. You see what I'm saying? So don't pay them type of niggas. These are niggas that we talking about. Get the fuck
nah,
out of
nah, nah,
here
nah.
and bring in some dogs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
keep saying
go,
bring some.
go,
You
yeah, yeah,
got
yeah,
to
yeah,
bring
yeah,
some
yeah.
dog in.
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's put go. Let's put it down like this, man. Like let's put it. We gave Detroit Lions their identity. We
Yeah,
did, whether we want
Buffalo.
to admit
The
it or
fuck
not.
you mean?
We gave Detroit Lions their identity. Not only did we have the blueprint with Jonathan and D'Angelo Williams years ago, we went in their stadium with Dante Foreman and Chuba Herbert and said, "Hey, this is what you can do next year."
But you understand that people progress. You know, players that progress each and every year, right? You
How
understand that,
many
right?
years?
Like they
I
they
hear
were a young
everything you're
team.
saying.
Detroit was a young team at that time, bro. They were rebuilding. They was in
Okay,
a
now stop.
rebuilding phase, but now
Now,
they
now
took a
stop.
leap.
Now stop. Now stop. Know why I say that shit? Because the one position in the NFL that doesn't take multiple years to fucking develop is the running back. How many times have the rookie running back came in and changed the game for a team? We done seen it many a fucking times. They be on their rookie contract and they carry their fucking team. There's so many times we done seen that shit.
And
Derrick
that's when you
Henry,
want.
So
Alvin
what?
That's when you want
Kamara,
to run.
So
That's when
what are
you
you
Saquon
want to
saying?
run
So
Barkley.
the
what are you
shit out
saying?
of that.
So what are you saying? Are you saying just because the Detroit Lions got Jameer Gibbs, that's why they're in the fucking conference championship? Is that what you're saying? Is that what
I'm
you're
saying
saying?
that run. I'm saying without that run game, they wouldn't be there.
All right. Without
Without
that
that one-two
quarterback, they
punch.
wouldn't be there. Without that quarterback, they
Yeah.
wouldn't be there. They
Let me
can have a
stop you
fucking
right
run
there
game all they
because
want, bro.
let, let me tell you something, bro. Jared Goff is not the same without a run game that focus on play action. I've seen it when he was in LA.
And
When he lost
they run
Todd
play action
Gurley,
like a
the
motherfucker. Yeah, they run. Oh
when they
damn,
when
good
they
example. Good example, Mike.
when they
Good example.
when they lost
Good
when they
example.
lost Todd Gurley when they lost Todd Gurley in LA, Jared Goff was not up to snuff.
He talking facts,
When
Hal.
he
He talking facts, Hal.
But the moment he went to
I
Detroit and
said,
he had
I
when he
said,
had a dominant play action running game, that man is in the damn playoffs again. He needs play action. Here's the problem: we can't do play
They wrote
action.
him
We
out.
don't have a
They yep,
one-two
they
punch.
wrote him out. They wrote him out without Gurley. Where the Gurley went? Gurley went to Atlanta. Gurley went somewhere, didn't he? Where did Gurley go?
Facts. Because if Jared
early
Yeah,
Goff
lost,
was that good,
early lost
if he was that
time.
good, he would. Let me tell you one thing that never
they
happens.
wrote him
I'm gonna
out,
tell you this right now.
but he did
People
right
don't get
back.
rid of good. They don't
Yeah,
get rid
Gurley
of
went
good
to Atlanta.
quarterbacks.
Yeah,
They don't get rid of good quarterbacks. If your quarterback is that guy, you don't get rid of him. Jared Goff needs that play action run
No,
game.
no.
Otherwise, he's not the same.
But if you can get
I'm
Matthew
only speaking
Stafford,
facts that you can look at.
if you could, no, no, you are speaking facts. You are speaking facts. I'm not really. I mean, I'm saying, bro. But if you can get Matthew Stafford over Jared Goff, I mean, you're gonna take that deal, bro, and you're all in for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then you can go win
Not
a
if he got me.
championship.
Not if Jared Goff got me to the Super Bowl. You not unless there's something flawed about his game. The difference between
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford and Jared
his
Goff.
arm strength. That's what was flawed. It doesn't work from a base system. It's his arm strength, and that's why
No,
the
Matthew.
49ers got it for fucking Garoppolo. That's why the 49ers got it for Garoppolo. You know, he took him to fucking AFC championship or NFC championships, a Super Bowl. They barely lost to the fucking 49ers. That's why they got off him because it's arm strength, bro. It's arm strength, and
No, let
that's
me
what
tell
we the
you,
fucking lacking at right now. That's what we lacking
it's
at right
not.
now. We got a fucking quarterback with a fucking weak ass arm, can't
That
throw
that
past
is
15 yards,
that's
can't
not
throw
why
to the sidelines. That is why they got off of him.
No,
That is why
no,
they
no,
got off
that's
of
no.
him.
not
Matthew
why they
That is
got
why they
No,
got
that's
off of
not
Matt,
why
him.
they
no.
got rid
That
of
is
him,
why they
Matthew,
got
dog.
off of him.
Matthew,
That's not why they got
Matthew
off of Derek
Stafford.
Carr.
Why did they get why did they get off of fucking
That's not
Jared
why they
Goff
get off
if he
Derek Carr.
took him to a Super
Cause
Bowl?
Matt,
Why did they
Cause
get off of
Jared,
Matthew
him?
Stafford.
cause Jared Goff was smashing somebody's wife. You better go
That's
Oh
do your
one
man,
reason.
stop
research.
that, bro.
You better go do your
No,
research.
listen. Let me tell you. Let me tell you
I
Go do
another
your
mean,
thing
I
though.
research.
don't care about none
Because
of that
let me
shit,
tell
bro.
you
I don't
another
care
So
reason.
about
you
none of
don't care
that
Let me
about
tell
shit.
you
somebody
another
smashing your
reason.
wife? Oh, okay. All right.
Man, because he was fucking his wife. Nigga, that nigga wasn't fucking his wife.
How
Come
you
on,
know
man,
that?
stop that, bro.
That's the fact.
Let's talk about this though. Matthew Stafford
Go.
don't need
Hold on,
a
Mike.
big
Hold on,
ass.
Mike. Hold on, Mike. Hold on, Mike. Go always says rumors just don't come out of nowhere.
They don't.
Rumors just don't come out of nowhere. So nobody's gonna be like, oh,
He was fucking his
Al,
wife.
he's ass. And it just doesn't come out of just somewhere. It has to have some validity to it.
Well,
Because
that's a
why would
cheap
you get
shot,
rid
bro.
of I'm just saying, why would you get rid of a good quarterback for somebody who has the same potential as Matt Stafford? Think about it,
So
bro.
whose wife? So whose wife is Garoppolo fucking?
I'm
Is he
not
fucking
Google. You got
Shanahan's
to go
wife
do your
too?
research. You got to do your
So
research, bro. I'm just telling you.
Was Garoppolo fucking
You got to
Shanahan's
do
wife
your,
too?
got to go do your research, bro.
Gotta do your
No,
research.
no,
I mean,
no. Garoppolo
I
just bad.
Now,
bro.
now, now, now
They don't
that was one of the rumors, but also you
it
right as
was
well, Al. Like the arm strength, because McVay said I can't win with this guy. I need this to go ahead and get my scheme to get me over. But he was
yeah.
winning with him. I mean, so
And
I mean,
and what
it
did
didn't help.
and
It was a compound
what
thing.
did Q it's Q, right?
No,
Q,
this
what did
go.
go what did my bad, bro. What did Cooper Cup do with Matthew Stafford? Only won a triple crown. Only had 19 only yards receiving. Only had fucking like 17, 16 touchdowns. Only, you know what I'm saying? He only won a triple
No,
crown, bro.
look, check this out. I'm not disputing that. You know what I'm saying? What basically we kind of got off the topic a little bit, but I'm
In a
not
Super
disputing that.
Bowl.
Everything y'all saying is facts about what we need to do. Let me go. Let me try to get back on topic again. Do y'all think Dan Morgan can get the job done? What do y'all think about Jim Cardwell in there with Nicole Tepper and David Tepper? Is it because maybe they still think he got Detroit ties and can still get Ben in here? Don't y'all think for 1 second that Tepper has given up on Ben Johnson? Now he's got one more shot at him after this game right here. He's gonna shoot his best shot. Whether they win or lose, the next week they got a week off. They got a week off. Let me set this up. They got a week off. So then those guys can do their obligations of going to these interviews or virtual interviews or in-person interviews because they got a week layoff before the Super Bowl game. So win or lose, he's gonna have to take his best shot at it. He's tied to the hip with Jim Caldwell right now. That's the rumors. Well, that's not no rumors. That's the report. Because Jim Caldwell is sitting in, I don't know what kind of role they're going to give him. Right now, he's senior advisor. So do y'all, far
So
as Dan Morgan, far as Jim Caldwell, and far as this stuff with what we got to do
Now
with
I miss
Bryce bringing in this other dude from Tampa Bay.
go.
I
Do
What
you
do
miss
y'all
believe
I miss
it?
think of
I
that?
miss I missed what you were saying about Caldwell. What was Caldwell doing? What was Caldwell doing? Explain that to me. Break that down to me for like real quick. 1 minute, real quick. One quick
Well, he's
breakdown.
been in the
What was Cald?
He's been now. He's a senior advisor. Y'all know he's a senior advisor, but he's been in these coaching meetings, and things like that.
Oh,
Far as the hiring of these coaches and stuff, he's been giving his advice to Tepper and his old lady at this point now. That he's in their ear,
Well, I got a question, go.
big time.
Do you believe hell is hot?
Yes, sir. It's supposed to be a lake of
The
fire.
whatever chair Dan Morgan's sitting on is hotter than that.
Dang.
Well, damn. Well, damn.
Yo, let's speak about Dan Morgan for a second because I read something yesterday. I can't quote who was the person that came out and said it, but somebody came out and said, if there's an individual that will stand up and say, I got the position, I got this, I'm going to do this job, let me do it my way, Dan Morgan's the one that'll do that. Now, I swear I wish I could remember the name of the person that made that quote, but it was one of the former players that's known
Well,
Dan
Greg
Morgan
Olson,
for a while. They
Mike,
said,
Greg Olson came in there and spoke very highly on him too.
yeah, he did. But that
Uh,
quote,
Shaq,
that quote I read was something I was looking for. I
it's
was
been a
looking for
lot of players
somebody to
that
say,
done stepped up and talked real highly about it.
they say he's stubborn as nails and he wants, when he's come to do a job, he's going to do it his way and he's going to get fired his way.
Well,
And when I heard
I,
that,
I, I believe it.
oh
And,
shit, because that's what we
but
fucking need.
Tepper well, Tepper is already a fool, but he would look more like a jackass if he only gives Dan Morgan 1 year. Now, unless Dan Morgan goes into free agency and in the draft and do the most dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life, yeah, I can see him getting fired. But I don't think Dan Morgan gonna do that. I really don't. I mean, they can make all their jokes that they want, CTE, this, that, and other. The man has been scouting and been in personnel for the last 14 years. I just want to see what he gonna do. I mean, because we ain't got no other options any damn way.
yeah, nah, ain't nobody want this. This money dirty, man. I keep telling y'all this money is dirty, so nobody don't even want it. It's dirty. It's so damn dirty.
But to go back to the coaching shit, I, I think, and I mean this, I think all these second interviews, they're like, okay, let's pick up the backup guy that we can't get if we can't get Ben Johnson.
Yeah, of course.
They're
Cause the
trying to
money
figure out,
dirty, Mike. That's what I mean by the money dirty. The money
they're trying
dirty,
to find
bro.
a fallback plan.
Yeah.
And they was like, well, this guy got Baker Mayfield going 40 plus thousand, 4,000 plus yards and almost 30 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Let's see what he can do with Bryce if we can't get Dan Johnson. And then they look at Evero and they did the second interview before Atlanta can do it because that's their way of saying, hey, we want you here in case something
But
else don't work out. In the
yeah,
back of their
yeah.
mind, it was like,
But
we really want
yeah,
Ben Johnson.
yeah. If I can't get
And I
Ben,
don't
I'll
know how,
take. If I can't get this guy,
and I
I'll
don't,
take this guy.
and I
I
don't know
think I
how I
think
feel
they're trying
about
to
it.
wait on Ben Johnson. I think they're trying to wait on Ben Johnson until after the but that shit might be too late, bro. Because
Well, they
we
got
But
to
gotta go
wait
that's
the
a
next
scout. We
week.
gotta
problem.
go
They
scout in
got to wait.
December.
They got to wait the next week. They got to wait the next week after the game Sunday. They could hire him Monday if he took the job. If he wanted the job, they could hire him Monday.
Facts. And that's the thing. That's what it's boiled down to. Because they already talked to him virtually. They've already, in case y'all don't know, they've already talked to Ben Johnson virtually. They
Yeah.
already got their first sit down, meet, greet, da 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 da, fill you out a little bit. This is what we plan on doing. So the in person interview is next week. Now, somebody said this in the chat, the Vrabel, Mike Vrabel shit. I think that's tomorrow or the next day. I
Well,
don't
Red
know how the
Swarm was
fuck
saying
this
that
goes.
because Bravel's supposed to be in Atlanta. I think today. Atlanta's looking at Bravel right now.
Oh, we looking at him tomorrow,
Uh huh. So I don't
and
think they want to go
I
that route though.
Yeah, they're not
I,
taking. They're
I
not
don't.
taking Mike Babram. They're not going to take him. But you know what? I do think it's interesting because we gave Jim Caldwell a little bit of hell because this previous season, he just been walking around smiling, taking the crust out between his toes. We ain't heard what he's been doing. He ain't been doing shit. So then now to hear that he's been involved in the coaching hire, I like to hear that because that's what I expect from a senior advisor who's trying to help this organization get the right personnel in here. So that's good to hear that because
Pop,
I was gonna ask what the hell is he
So
doing?
they
What the hell is
gave
he doing now?
pop. Check,
Caldwell
check, check, y'all.
they
Check it. But this is my thing right
they
here.
get
This is my thing.
they gave
Okay, you're doing that now. You're doing that now. Why won't y'all doing this, all this energy and shit when Frank was here? You understand? When Scott was here, you was in these
Let me answer that.
positions to advise people then as well. Why now?
Let me answer
Why
that.
you come to the
Because the
front
Good.
owner,
Good.
now?
Go, go ahead, Mike. I'll answer
the
after you.
owner thinks he's smarter than everybody in the room. The owner thinks he's smarter than everybody in the room. That's why. The owner thinks he's smarter than everybody in the room. That's why. And now
You
when he
know
sees his
what?
oh
Mama
man,
told me when I was younger, if I touched the burner, it was gonna burn me. Right? I didn't learn the lesson until I touched that motherfucker. Maybe Jim Caldwell, maybe Dan Morgan had to let this sink ship and let niggas learn the hard way. Bump, bruise, skin their leg
I
before
agree.
they say, okay, all right, dummy, now come here, let me show you how to do this the right way.
I agree. Mike, man, me and you on the same hemisphere right now. I think that it was like, okay, now they finally got a little bit of Tepper's ear. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Okay, we let you see how this transpired. Now we wouldn't have done that if we would have let us do our job. That wouldn't have happened. But now I think they got Tepper's ear just a little bit of attention from him right now. That's why I think they're doing things a
Because
little bit different.
Fast Pops, because Stephen A said this, he was like, they was talking about trying to suspend him from games. Stephen A said, for what? The ultimate punishment is to make him watch what he got on the field. Make him sit down and watch this shit. And I would listen to Stephen A. I said, this nigga is a motherfucking fool, but he is absolutely fucking right. What
Eh,
what worse punishment could it be than to watch what you put on the field be that fucking horrible week after week after week?
bro, that's so right. Was because you know what that remind me of, and I hate to change direction, but it's the same example. Him watching scene on the field reminds me of this lady who drowned two of her kids. So what they did was they gave her life in prison, but they bricked her kid's picture in her cell so she could see her kids every single day. They bricked in her kid's picture in her cell. So that was her punishment. She had to see her kids every single day. And that's Tepper looking at the play every single day, looking at the terrible mistakes he's made.
that's
I
it.
mean,
That's it.
it's
And I agree with
it's
y'all. I agree with y'all too. I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to get to was like now that he sees it, you got to step back. He has to step back and realize what the fuck he did to this organization and to the fan base. That's what I was. That's kind of was my point too. Like, yeah, it's yeah, man. Federer sucked. He wasn't a good GM. He picked. I mean, but it's on Tapper. This is on Tapper. This is on you, bro. And you gotta live with that shit and realize that you thought you can come from here and spend cash and think you know football, bitch. You don't know football, bro. But that's the reason I like fucking Morgan because he knows football. He knows football. He's been around it. He knows what it looks like to win since goddamn high school all the way to fucking the NFL. He knows what it looks like. And so, I mean, the game changes, but shit, it doesn't really change that much, bro. It's just a little couple different schemes and shit like this and that. But I like the Dan Morgan hire, man. I hope he gets that shit right, man. Just for us.
I don't I don't like any hire yet because you ain't showed me shit yet. And I had two people I wanted bad as shit. I want a boy from Baltimore, and I want who Washington escaped away with. First of all, again, I want to shout out to the people that's in the chat room. I need y'all to hit that like and subscribe. Wipe your feet off. If you didn't wipe your feet off, go back. Wipe your feet. Take your shoes off. You want to get comfortable? Subscribe. Kick your feet up. Get comfortable with us. Come back and see us. I've seen a lot of y'all in here multiple days. Subscribe. Come kick it with us. Now back to the Panthers. I've learned not to get excited about what the fuck we put together in the front office on the coaching staff. I've been burnt. I'm like, I fell in love with that one female that I thought was everything and found out that she was fucking the homie. I feel like that. I'm depressed. I need counseling. I need therapy. This shit is rough on me right now. I almost thought about stop watching football altogether because when you are the, I get depressed watching ESPN because it's like when they show highlights of what other
And
teams
you
are
don't,
doing successfully,
yeah,
it's
you
always
don't never.
against Carolina. It's always against Carolina. Dak Prescott put up this many points. It's Carolina Panthers in the motherfucking offense, in the defense. Or this team shut down this team. It's Carolina Panthers they fucking talking about. It gets ridiculous where it's so embarrassing that even when you don't want to turn on ESPN, my nigga, and that shit sick to my stomach. And to the guys that that's happy about the Dan Morgan. I'm not happy. I'm optimistic. Maybe this shit will work. There's no
Maybe,
reason to be
man.
happy until we see a draft. Go said it first. What would get my attention is if I see Derek Brown, Brian Burns, or somebody of that nature get extended. He start locking down core players to this team. Now you got my attention, young man. Because I
The one who
see
was doing
players getting
the
signed to other
contracts.
teams.
He was the one who was doing the contract, so that's where we had to get rid of him from. So I'm glad he's gone. Honestly, glad he's gone. They get somebody else in here, and they even said Hallaby might could come in here and do the contracts. So you know what I'm saying. So we could man, we might be. I think we're going in the right direction now, man. If as long as Tepper takes a step back, don't try to put his hands in the pot. Stop trying to add black pepper to some shit that's already cooked, fucking the whole shit up. We be straight, bro. I think we'll be straight, bro. We just gotta wait one more year for Bryant to bust, and then we can be fucking we can be good. We can be
Then we
good.
can work on being good. We won't have to work on it. This shit gonna take 3 years for us to see any light at the end of the tunnel. Unless I was in charge. But they ain't hiring niggas. No, no, let me change that. They hiring black people,
They
but they ain't
not.
gonna hire a nigga. I'm full blooded nigga. I'll be in the office doing some different shit. Go.
What would be your path to get us back on track?
Oh, I'm going all offense. We don't work so much about defense. I'm going all offense in the draft. I done said it a couple times. I'm going offensive line. I'm going tight end, running back. My whole thing is I know that Bryce Young ain't gonna do it. So if I can't develop a power run game and get that shit started, there's nothing to talk about. Because see, the reason why this was such an abomination for us this year, because at once upon a time there was a bright light at the end of the tunnel. When Steve Wilkes left, we all knew at least we could run the ball good. That's why we were so
Yep.
optimistic. We got some free agent wide receivers. We got the first pick of the draft, which was the quarterback. Of course, it was the wrong one, but we didn't know that at the time. We were able to
Yep.
run the ball good. We got Miles Sanders. He had just had 1,100 or 1,200 yards in Philly. So we had reasons to be optimistic. We was like, okay, we're going up another level. The problem is there was no reason to be
Yeah, they
optimistic
botched.
afterwards.
They botched last year's draft, bro. That last year's draft was horrible. Yeah, they botched that one. They fucked that one up. They fucked that one up.
Here's my question for you. You just asked me the question, what's the first thing you doing? What's the first thing you want to see Dan Morgan do in his
I
office?
want to see him trade. I want to see him trade back and draft O lineman and maybe get a D lineman. I mean, if he can't trade back, man, go get a D lineman, bro. Go get a D lineman. We don't need no more receivers. I think our receivers are straight. I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, I mean, I don't want to say quarterback because we're not going to get a quarterback for the next at least year and a half at least. We're not going to do that.
Pause.
So, man,
Pause. Pause. Did you say trade back and
just
get a
build the
D lineman?
trenches. Just build the trenches. And I said trade back and get an O lineman. I mean, you don't
Okay, I
got to
thought you
trade back
said D
too
lineman
far though.
for a minute.
No, but I'm saying if they don't trade back, go get a D lineman. because we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. I think YGM's gone. Brian Burns, he might be gone, but I mean, I like the trenches, bro. I like building through the trenches. That's what I would do. I build through the trenches, man. Just try to restock the team, bro. Get players to fill in the team, and then once we get this year past, we refill the team. We can start picking BPA, best player available type shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really think like wide receiver is the issue right now, bro. I don't think that's like where to go. And then running back, I know. I mean, Chuba, he's a good running back, but I mean, I'm not saying he's a world beater or nothing like that. But at 33, we don't need a fucking running back. You can get a running back later in the like a power back you're talking about. You can get one later in the draft for that. We don't need that like at 33. No, we need to get because old linemen. Once you get past a certain range, bro. I mean, yeah, you might find some gems in the rough, but for the most part, they don't drop that far. The good ones, you know what I'm saying? I don't think so, but I mean that's just my opinion.
Well, I'd say it like this. I sat back and listened, and I'm gonna cut that right on off, Al.
There you
Right
go,
on
Q.
What's up,
out.
bro?
Q,
What's
Q.
up,
I
bro? What
was giving
happened?
him time to hang himself, Q.
I've been listening the whole time. I said I want to see which direction this motherfucker gonna go with this shit here. The moment you
I mean,
said we
bro,
don't need a power back, I said, well, I'll be damned.
but you can get them later in the rounds, though, bro. That's what I'm saying. You don't got to get them
See,
at
that's
33.
that's the problem. We done been getting late round guys, and they haven't been panning out. You got to stop that shit. You got to stop. Look. Once the Falcons and once the Lions win and got their guys, we got to stop bullshitting. I'm tired of waiting around. Look, third round be ideal, but hell, I don't give a damn when we get it. We just got to stop getting these fifth, sixth round project players, Kenyon Bond, the type of guys that no longer on the roster. These Chuba Hubbard type of motherfuckers. Come on, man.
Talk that shit.
I'm
Talk that
tired of
shit.
getting these late round guys that we got to sit and figure out what the fuck they gonna be. I need a back that I know what he gonna be when we get him.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
but
fuck with you
but
so
you're not
heavy
gonna
next
get
year.
that unless you're in the top 15. You're not gonna get that
No, no,
unless
no.
you're in
You
the
can
top
get
15,
no,
top
no, no.
20.
Yeah, you talk about Al,
That's
you
what
this running back class full.
it's big. See, this is what
All
I'm.
right.
This is why I was gonna let you talk because I'm gonna go back to you because in the world of the NFL, we just said we talked about right now that we need a good run game, and we waited to the fourth or fifth round to pull a running back out the hat. We'll be the dumbest motherfuckers around. Now I get it. People like Tuba Hubbard. Whoop de fucking do. Um, but you got Jonathan Brooks on there. You got Rayson Allen on there. You got two stud running backs there, and you got a lot of need for one. And when I say a lot of need for one, you got to build something on this offense to build off of. We have nothing on this offense to build off of. There's nothing there. You can't build off the run game. I know 900 sound good to y'all, but when you got the average team that runs the ball getting 1,500 or more yards, you can't build an offense off of that. You can't build an offense off of 900 yards in a season.
Man, but we also gotta be serious and take into account the cap situation. Like, unless who's gonna take Miles Sanders right now for that contract we signed him to? Who's gonna take
I
that?
don't give a
You gonna,
I don't give a fuck about a Miles Sanders being here because we're not paying Chuba Hubbard anything but an EBT card. Miles Sanders can sit his dumb ass right there. I'm gonna go get a stud, beefy,
Damn, you hard
young
on
running
Miles,
back.
boy.
Why? Why would I not be?
I got you.
Look,
I
that
got
man
you.
had 1,100 to 1,200 yards the previous season. Philly. The only good thing that our offensive line can do is run block, and that nigga didn't run nowhere.
Well, and that's saying a lot that he had 1,100 yards and then he come in and can't scratch the surface of 500 yards. That's saying a whole lot.
A hell of a lot.
I mean, you look at our offensive line, our rushing attack. Maybe we need to upgrade the rushing attack because if that's what we're supposed to be good at, but we sucking at that, god damn.
I mean, let's be real. Like he didn't even match Cooper Hubbard though.
Yeah, man.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Like, we paying him, but he can't do what Chuba Hubbard's doing. So right now, I got nothing respectful to say about Miles Sanders. If I talk about Miles Sanders, it's gonna sound worse than when I open up about Chuba.
Hey, I ain't
Hey,
mad at
So
good.
that.
let me leave.
Uh,
Who the hell is
How
that?
y'all
That
guys?
Wiley?
Yeah, how y'all guys doing, man? Y'all got Mike on
Wiley,
this
what up,
bullshit
Wiley?
again. What's up,
Oh,
Mike?
here
Nigga,
come
I
here
ain't
I,
come
come on
Wiley.
here, Wiley.
nah,
Let's
I
go,
see
Wiley.
Mike is on that hating tuba shit.
Man, fuck Chuba. I didn't tell y'all that the other
Wiley,
day. You loving these
Wiley,
players and he
Wiley.
can't produce. 3.8 yards a carry is not good in the NFL. And I don't
Well,
give a
Okay, you know
damn
what?
what stats you got to combat that, Wiley.
but
We
hold
saw
on.
that for 17 games. He struggled, and 902 yards is unacceptable. It's a good number two complimentary piece. Nobody said he wasn't good. We just said, hey, you got to get a power back to pair with him. Nobody
Yeah,
said he
okay,
wasn't good.
okay,
That's what
I
we've been saying
understand.
this whole time, Wiley. Because Wiley,
I
let's
So
be
don't bring
real.
your ass in here on that bullshit, Wiley. Don't start that.
Wiley,
Yeah.
Wiley, is he a top 10 running back, Wiley?
no, he wasn't supposed to
Is he
be.
a top 50? Is he a top 15 running back, Wiley?
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah,
Say no, Wiley. Say no. Say no.
So, so
Say
what the
no.
fuck we talking about, Wiley? What are we talking
Yeah.
about, Wiley?
Why is he even in
hold
the
on,
What are we
conversation?
talking about?
but hold on now. He is top 15.
He's top
What?
15.
Yeah, what y'all
Okay,
talking about?
Wiley. Okay, all right, Wiley. Wiley. Okay, let's
Wiley,
go. Let's go your way.
put,
Let's
put
go
this
your
nigga
way.
on
No,
the rubber
go.
I
field
don't even know
and he
why
black.
Wiley start doing this
And he
shit.
black. Yeah.
I ain't even going there with
Get him,
Wiley.
Mike. Fuck that shit.
Wiley.
I've been laid back anyway because it's been a good
I was
conversation.
just chilling.
Mike.
Yeah.
Get his ass, Mike. Get his ass.
Wiley.
Get his
Is
ass,
is
Mike.
top 15? Is top 15 good enough for you, Wiley? You
But
gonna
you
build
gotta
your off
hold
your
on
off?
now. Hold on, Mike. You gotta put it in
Okay.
perspective because if the whole team is stacking the box because your quarterback sucks,
Oh,
I don't
here
give
we
a
go with the
fuck who
stock in the
you are.
box shit. Here we go. Mike, what you just said on Chuba Hubbard, did they stack the box this year?
They didn't
Yeah.
stack the box of that super, bruh, bruh, bruh. If you stack the box of the Chuba Hubbard, somebody getting fired, dog. Somebody's getting fired if you stack the box with Chuba Hubbard. You really think
Well,
that man demands that much respect? They wasn't
Bryce
stacking
wasn't
the
doing
box for
shit. So
Chuba
what
Hubbard.
else?
They wasn't stacking the box for Chuba Hubbard. They was bringing down the safety to make sure that they covered the small passes because they knew that he was going to throw over 20 fucking yards. There's a difference.
Okay.
There is a difference.
Wiley, that
When you know,
pacifier shit don't work today. No, sir.
Okay. I
I'm not, I'm
understand
not,
y'all guys.
I'm,
I understand what y'all guys are saying. All I'm
I'm
saying
glad you
is
do.
this.
Don't
No,
bring it up
all
no
I'm
more.
saying is, but hold on now. Hold on now.
Bottle that
Hold
shit
on.
up and never speak on it again.
Hey,
Back of the
I'm
fucking
looking at
book.
the numbers. Hold
Yes,
on now.
sir.
I'm looking at the
Man,
numbers.
I don't give a
Was
damn what your number say. You ain't gonna tell me Chuba Hubbard was a good top 10, top 15, but I don't give a fuck what you say.
he was at his numbers
There you
say
go.
he number
There you
20,
go.
but the
I don't
guys
give a
right ahead
damn
of
if his number
hold on,
said he was the
stop,
top league
wait,
in the league. I know
stop,
my
stop,
eyes.
stop.
Did you
The
say,
whole
his
point
number
what I'm
said he
trying to
was
see
what?
Here come Wiley. Here
number
come Wiley
20.
with this shit.
Context
Number
matters.
20. Number
Context
20.
matters. But hold on
Nigga,
now.
20
Number
is
20.
not good. That is not good,
Okay,
bro.
okay. I have a question. Is the guy at Kansas City pretty good?
Who
He
the fuck you talking
decent.
about, Pacheco?
Yeah.
Now watch Wiley come up with a line ass stat on this one. Here we go. Go ahead.
No.
No, no, he gonna have
Hold
a
on.
good one. I'm looking at it
Huh?
too, Wiley. Let's go. I'm looking at it too, Wiley.
So,
Let's go.
so the guy right ahead of him was uh the guy from Seattle, Walker. Walker had
Walker.
2 more yards. Yes,
We
Walker
talking about
had.
Pacheco, man. Walker
Hold on,
ain't shit.
slow down,
Come
please.
on, man.
Hey, Walker had 2 more yards than him. Pacheco had 20
Not
more
today,
yards than
Wiley.
him.
Not today,
22
Wiley.
more yards than him. So I'm trying to understand. Hold on, let's keep going up here. That guy Gills, remember the guy, the rookie that was with the Giants? I mean with the Lions. Did he play pretty good this year?
Yeah, he great. He played
978
great.
yards, 10 touchdowns. What the
Nope.
fuck is you
He
talking
had
about? What?
You're not gonna do
945
that.
yards.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do
All
that,
I'm
Wiley.
saying
See
is
that?
this.
Come on, Wiley.
No, you're not gonna do
All
that,
I'm
Wiley.
saying is this.
Wiley,
The
A
guy
Wiley,
that I
stop
had
rookie.
it.
it. Wiley,
A
Wiley,
rookie
The
that
stop.
guy,
scored 10
He,
touchdowns is
wait,
not in the
stop.
same breath as Chuba Hubbard. Stop that shit,
the
Wiley.
guys that were
Wiley,
ahead of him,
Wiley,
the guys who were ahead of him
Wiley,
had
Oh
accomplished
my
quarterbacks.
God.
He had an
Wiley,
I'm
incompetent
not,
quarterback.
no, sir,
You
Wiley.
know
No,
this.
Wiley,
sir.
cut
No,
that out.
sir.
Cut that out,
You
Wiley.
know
No,
what?
Because he
sir.
had to share his carries. He had to share his carries with David Montgomery, who got 1,016 yards, dog. We're not about to put Jameer Gibbs in the same motherfucking category as Chuba Hubbard. We're not about to do that bullshit. You're not about to come in here and piss on my
Okay.
back and tell me to turn
Even
All right.
Wiley know better than that shit
All
there.
right. So
If
let's
we
look
got
at
a
the guy.
chance to
Hold
have
on. Let's
Jameer
go with
Gibbs or
Atlanta.
Chuba
Let's go with
Hubbard,
it.
who
Let's
the
go with
fuck you
Atlanta.
think we?
Hey,
Bijan
let's go with
Punk ass
Atlanta.
Robinson. Here we go.
There you go.
He got 900 yards. He ain't no better. He
See?
ain't no better. With
He
4
was a top fucking
touchdowns.
what? 10 pick. I'm trying
And
to
that's what
understand this.
Wiley, he was a waste of a first round pick for them. If you get a first round pick on a running back and he don't get 1,000 yards and he don't give you 5+ yards a carry, he trash. But he's a young developing guy, so hey, to each his own. That's who they want. But I would never do that.
All I'm saying is this:
Here we go.
is perspective, context matter. If you got the quarterback that's number fucking 33 of 32, and I know you can't throw the ball. All I gotta do is fucking walk on safety.
Wiley. There's some days I let you get off that bullshit, and the day ain't the day. I'm not gonna let you sit here and put Chuba Hubbard in the same breath as Bijan and Jameer Gibbs and Pachenko, who are quality backs. And if you put them on the team together, Chuba will be a third string back compared to them guys. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Okay, Wiley. Okay, Wiley. Your man
You'll be a
Brees
fool
Hall
to
had
take
1,500
Chuba over them.
Your man Brees Hall had 1,500 scrimmage yards this year. 1,500 scrimmage yards. He didn't have a quarterback. What's the fucking excuse?
Who you say again?
Brees Hall had 1,500 scrimmage yards this year. 1,500 scrimmage yards. That man had almost 1,000 rushing and over 500 catching out the backfield. That is a pure good ass running back. He had 1,500 plus.
He had 990
Here come the excuses.
rushing yards and 591 receiving yards. What I'm asking is, when you have a dynamic running back like that, and he has no quarterback, and I know they loaded the box for him, what's your excuse?
He only had a few more yards than Chuba.
Oh my God.
But he can't catch. And he's averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
Chuba actually could catch. You talking about his first couple of years?
Wiley, the bitch couldn't catch last year. Wiley, stop that shit.
Bullshit.
Okay.
That was last year.
Come on now, he got a little
James Conner.
Just last year he couldn't catch is what Mike said. Just last year.
2023.
Why is y'all steady repping for these bums? Really,
I don't understand this shit, man. This boy is not good.
All I'm saying is this.
Y'all niggas don't want to win. These niggas don't want to win.
No, it ain't that.
I expect that for Preston Williams, though. I really do.
Hold on
I don't want to call him
The
a bum.
backups.
I just call him a serviceable motherfucker.
All I'm saying is this, Q. You just said the last show. You said
backup ass nigga, man.
Hold on.
Love these backups.
Q just said.
3 more NFL games left. There's 3 more.
Update the fucking roster.
If y'all want to be in them 3 games at any point in time this decade, you got to stop having talent like Chuba Hubbard on this motherfucking team. You got to ask for better. If y'all want to be anywhere near them 3 last games that's being played this weekend and week
But that's the thing, go. They don't want to be next to Patrick Mahomes or the Ravens. They don't want to be nowhere next Houston because they want to hold on to niggas like Chuba. They want to sit here and bullshit and put their hand in their ass. Why is a motherfucker that want to sit here and put his hand in his ass and love on Chuba? This some bullshit.
You said the guy we cut was on the field last week, remember?
Wiley,
did you not say that?
You're going to have to start catching everybody and Kodak for sure because the way how you owe everybody around this motherfucker, you're going to have to start catching. You keep betting on these bum-ass niggas and look what happened. You got to keep paying out. Now, like I said, Wiley,
you
stop.
said, hold on,
okay.
Let me make sure you didn't say it. Did you not say the guy we cut was playing good last week?
What
Why
guy
we
we
got?
cut? Talking about Spencer Brown?
Spencer Brown.
Yeah.
Spencer Brown.
Spencer Brown, the guy that I said
You
we should
said
have
that out
kept.
of your own damn mouth.
I said we should have kept him. Is what the fuck I
Oh,
said.
and was he playing last week?
Yeah,
I
he playing
said
last
we
week.
should have kept
Was he
him
playing
with your
last week?
ignorant
Yes or no?
ass. Maybe you
Was
don't
he
understand English. But I
Mine,
gotta break it down.
Yes or no?
Hooked on
Was
phonics
he
for your black
playing
ass.
last week? Yes or no? Stop dodging the question. Answer the
The
damn question.
motherfucker was in the game. What the fuck you talking about, Wiley?
So he played last week. So that was
I
one of the
said we
last
should have
teams.
kept him.
So what I'm trying to say is you're gonna be saying the same thing about Chuba. Keep going.
Man, fuck you.
What I'm trying to say, that man was ranked number 23. He's not even ranked number 20. So basically, there's 22 running backs.
No,
in the league
I'm
that's
looking
better
at the
than him.
chart right now, brother. What are you talking about?
Brother, I'm looking at it too.
I don't know
I
what the
was
hell
on
Wiley talking about
ESPN.
today.
I'm on
Wiley,
ESPN right here.
I don't know what sunset you wake up in Germany on the day, but you need to go back to bed and try this shit over.
You know
The
what?
shit ain't, it ain't the day.
Q?
What is he rank, Wiley?
Wiley.
Number 20. Number 20.
Okay, Wiley. Let's say ESPN got more information than NFL Network. Let's go with yours. Let's say ESPN says, yeah, number 20 and 20 is number 8. Nigga, that's 19 running backs better than him.
Mm-hmm.
19. That's 19.
And he okay with that, Mike? You hear him? Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum.
You trying
But
to,
Q,
so, what I'm saying is,
hey
I'm
Mike,
trying to say,
He okay
where
with
was our
that.
quarterback ranked? Where was our quarterback ranked?
Ain't
What
nobody
was
give
our
a fuck about
quarterback
that
ranked?
trash ass boy.
Where was our
okay,
offensive
all
line
right.
ranked, Mike? No, Mike. You want to put in context. Where was our offensive line and our quarterback ranked?
So, Mike, before you answer that, make sure you
Pause.
reference Wiley with the same quarterback that he said we're gonna give us 4,000 yards. That's the one he talking about.
And the same
That same motherfucker. That same motherfucker that he said Terrence Marshall Jr. was gonna give us 850 yards on.
Wiley,
See,
you
the
worried about the
problem
wrong
with
thing.
Oh, okay.
like,
You worried about the
Oh,
wrong
okay.
thing. D'Angelo
You-
said
Okay.
where them dollars at.
Yeah.
Wiley,
yes.
Where is that William? Was that Wilson right?
Well,
is that
ahead of
Wilson,
Bryce. I'll tell you. Hold on a second.
Yeah, tell me
He was
what
ahead
he's
of Bryce.
Where you rate? Where
He
you
was ahead
rate
of
that?
Bryce.
Since we're talking about garbage quarterbacks, right? Who we talking about? So Zach Wilson may be ahead of Bryce, but he wasn't far ahead of that motherfucker.
But head of the head, Doc. Trust me.
There you go.
Quarterback.
There you
Pass.
go.
Kick it right here. Oh, that's post. Let me get out of postseason. Hold on a second.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Wiley. Is a fourth string, third string quarterback supposed to elevate the damn team?
Zach
Zach
Wilson was
Wilson.
the second pick in the draft. He was the second pick in the draft. Yes, he's supposed to elevate the team.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
But when
Okay.
you got a first pick in the draft, when you got the first pick in the draft who's rated 34 out of 32 teams, and you got two bench players ahead of this motherfucker, how can the team be good?
Well, I'm talking about the running back.
No, that's what I'm saying. How can a running back get off if the motherfucker can't throw past 10 yards, 15 yards? How can he get off when he got 9 men in the box, 8, 9 men in the box?
Well, Al. Hold on, Al.
I'm still trying to know, but you're still
Al.
trying to
Hey, Al. Pipe down, Al. Pipe down, Al. Goddamn. Al. Doesn't the run open up the pass?
Not when the fucking quarterback's trash.
Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind.
When the quarterback's trash as fuck. Not when the quarterback's trash as hell. No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. So the run. So nobody else don't run to open up the pass around here. So they don't do that to open up play action no more.
Bro, you got to respect the quarterback.
I just asked a question, Al. Now don't dance around the pussy. Come on, now ask you a question.
Hit it. Don't be scared.
You guys want to shit on
Al, you dancing around the question, Al. Do you not run to open up the pass?
Okay, we ran the ball. We did run the ball, but we ran the ball from the whole fucking season.
I got the
whole season.
What was the offensive line ranked last year?
Bro.
No. You told me this offensive line was a top 15 offensive line, Wiley. That's what you told me.
It was until Bryce got behind it.
So Wiley said that. Wiley did say that.
It was until Bryce got behind it.
Wiley, I got you. the Jets' offensive line is worse than the Carolina Panthers' offensive line in rankings.
Mm.
They're worse. And Brees Hall still got over 1,500 scrimmage yards. Come with that
I,
bullshit one more time.
all I'm
I'm him.
saying is this:
I'm
y'all
him.
trashing Chuba
That
No,
nigga
for no
line your
reason.
ass up just now.
Y'all trashing
Wiley,
Chuba for no reason.
Well, since
I'm
when
not
you became the
trashing him.
Chuba defender? Since
All
when?
I'm
Look,
saying
I'm
is
not.
this: context matter. Context. I'm not
I
saying
just gave you
Chuba's the
context.
fucking.
Nobody said Chuba was trash. We just said he can go. At the end of the day, you get a power runner. You got to change his offense, Wiley. You do realize this little motherfucker needs a power back. A scat back is not it. There is a
Do you
certain
realize,
type of guy that he needs.
He
Wiley,
needs a
the best
receiving
game they
back. That's
ever
what he
had?
needs. That's what he
No,
needs.
he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. The best game the man ever had in his whole fucking career is when they played against Detroit
Good deal.
Lions and he had Dante Foreman beside him. That was his best game of his whole fucking career. When he had a power back lined up with him, he put up the most rushing yards he ever did in a single game. What are you talking about?
No, what he
Remember,
talking about
Wiley.
is Bryce. See,
He
damn,
talking
Mike,
about
tell him,
Bryce. Bryce had Jameer
tell him,
Gibbs
Carl,
at Alabama out there running that
Look,
goddamn
Wiley.
ball. Power
Made
back
him
Look,
a
look.
once
power back.
again.
He's not a
Made him
power
at
Wow.
back. He's
Alabama.
not a power back. He's not a
Okay,
power back.
well, okay, fuck it. He ain't a power back then, Al.
Scat
Then
back.
what we need to do, Al, since you know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo,
Go
Al,
ahead.
I gotta.
Go ahead.
Yo, Al, you
Don't get
cannot
quiet
have.
now. Go
The
ahead.
thing about Gibbs is he's not just a shifty back. He got power too, dog. That's why he's got 10 touchdowns in the red zone. They didn't hand it to David Montgomery all the time. They said, Gibbs, you can get this done too. You can power through this line too. He's an all-purpose running back, and that's what I don't understand. This shit. The stats tell you the story if you just know the game of football.
Mike, fuck
If you
it, Mike, fuck it. Send him out there with another scat back and see how this shit look next year. I'm gonna sit my black ass right back here, and I'm gonna be waiting on the "I told you so." So that's all I want to do. Send him one out there. Go and put Chuba. Go and get who you want.
All he's
Fuck
gonna
it.
do
We'll be picking
it
right
starts with the
back
quarterback.
again in the top of the first
That's my
round.
thing. It starts with the quarterback. It
Hey
starts with the
yo,
quarterback.
hey
It
yo,
starts with the quarterback. That's
what
it. It starts with the
what
quarterback.
size what size is your Chuba Hubbard jersey?
Yeah, man. I'm boys shaking their titty for
they
Chuba today.
ain't got one. They ain't got one. They
I
ain't
love
hey,
gonna
the
sell
Mike,
them.
jersey.
Mike, Mike,
They ain't
Mike,
gonna
Mike,
sell. They ain't gonna
Mike,
sell.
Mike. Here's the deal. Here's
No.
the deal,
That's a
What
Mike.
size
damn
you
shame.
on,
They don't
Wiley?
even got his
What size you
jersey
on,
in the
Wiley?
damn
You ain't even
store.
got
No,
one. You
no,
ain't got
no.
one. That bitch ain't no feature back. He ain't shit.
All right. Y'all gonna be
Last
saying
jersey I
about
bought.
anybody
Last
about
jersey
that
I bought
back
was
there with
Kawan
Bryce.
Short.
Y'all gonna be saying that anybody about beside Bryce. Y'all motherfuckers are, boy, I
False,
tell you.
false.
Really?
Because
Who you want
I
to practice
seen
squad this year?
because I
But it
seen
sounds
elite
like
running
that.
backs.
Yeah.
I seen
Who you
elite
want to
running
waiver?
games
Cause that's
get.
all you gonna have a
I
bunch of waiver motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I seen
Wally the
elite
waiver
running
king.
backs carry
You
Go
know
ahead,
teams
what?
pick
to the
somebody,
playoffs.
Wally, so that way we can waive
Elite.
them, and I can sit back and I told you so your black ass
Q.
again.
Hey, we put Q in the backfield. Fuck it.
Yeah, do it.
And who are you
Do
gonna say
it. You get more than what you get out of Chuba.
Tannehill?
Bullshit.
Look,
You're gonna tell me
look.
Derrick Henry
I
and
run better than
Tannehill?
Preston Williams.
Say
Tannehill took
what?
the Dolphins to the playoffs for the first time in like 15 years. Like he's trash. You're gonna sit here and try to diss Tannehill like he's trash. You know he took him to
Man,
the
I
playoffs for
don't
the
want. I
first time
don't
in
want to
15
get.
Listen,
years.
You
I
said
first of
you said
all,
Nah,
Tannehill
because you're
good.
about
Oh. You
yeah,
said Tannehill good.
because you're about
You
to
said
say
Tannehill good.
because you're
oh
about to
my
say Derrick
God,
Henry took him all the way to the
Ah,
oh my
playoffs.
God,
Come on,
hold,
man, you
Mike,
gotta
hold.
come on, man.
I'm big.
Y'all niggas need to stop,
Al,
bro.
you
Y'all
you
niggas need to
said
stop for
you
real, for
said
real, bro.
Tannehill good.
Not no more, but he was at the time.
At what time?
Oh my God! All right, bro.
I just asked a question. I ain't saying no. I just
Because
asked a question.
y'all niggas ain't listening. Because no, y'all niggas think y'all know everything. But all right, bro. I'm listening. I'm
No,
listening. I'm
I
listening in
just
the
asked
chat,
a
bro.
question.
I'm
All I did
listening
is
in the
ask a
chat, bro.
goddamn
Because
question. You said
Tannehill
Tannehill
didn't take
good.
Tannehill didn't take the Titans to the playoffs like 3 or 4 years straight.
And
no,
didn't
they
they
didn't.
lose because of him? Didn't they lose the
No,
goddamn
the
games
quarterback
because of him?
he didn't take him to the AFC Championship game.
Oh, okay.
All right, well,
Derrick
Al,
Henry
it's
was
not
a
gonna
good
happen.
motherfucker.
Come
Who
on,
was
man.
This
who
nigga
was their
love
running back?
Tannehill.
When's
Al,
the
who was their
last
running back?
time Aaron Rodgers got to the Super Bowl? When's the
Who
last
was
time
their
Aaron
run?
Rodgers got to the
Al,
Super Bowl?
who was
Oh,
their
You
running
have
just
back?
mercy.
said Tannehill playoffs, Aaron Rodgers Super
Come on,
Bowl.
bro.
Why
Y'all
you
need to
switching up
stop,
the
bro.
fucking
Y'all
stuff?
niggas need to stop,
The
You
bro.
need
minute
to
y'all
stop. I don't
say,
know
When's the
how you,
last time
the
he got
minute
to the
y'all
Super
say
Bowl? Y'all niggas need
Tannehill,
to stop,
I
bro.
knew this shit here was over. The minute you said
Al,
Tannehill was
who
good,
was
I
who
said,
was
what
their
the
running
hell?
back? Al, who was
Damn,
their running?
homie. In high school, you was the
Uh,
man, homie.
who was their
because,
running back? Al,
Bro,
because listen,
the first quarterback to
listen to
take
what
the
I'm trying to
fucking
The
figure out.
Dolphins
fuck
to the
happened to
playoffs
you?
in fucking 15 years. Fuck happened to y'all? Y'all niggas don't watch football. Y'all niggas ain't watching football, bro. Fuck
No,
out of here.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Y'all ain't watching football.
You standing on Tannehill's MVP run that he had? The MVP
Yeah,
run that he had? That's what you
that's what he
standing on?
said. We don't watch football. Us and 40 people in the chat
I'm
don't
just
watch
asking a
football.
question to the guy with the Ryan
Niggas ain't watching
Tannehill jersey
football, bro.
size small. You're going off for what? The MVP season that he had where? Miami or Tennessee?
That's a nice comment. That's a nice comment right
No,
there.
it's not a nice
Your
comment. It's a
jersey,
fact of a
the Chuba
statement. That's the
jersey.
problem. That you don't know
Yeah,
the
that's
difference
not a
between
fucking
a
fact.
fact and an opinion. What are you going on? Are you going on Miami when he was a wide receiver, or you going on Tennessee? What are you going on?
I'm going on Miami. I'm going on Miami when you took them to the playoffs after the Dolphins not going to the playoffs in
Oh,
15 years. That's what I'm
no,
going off of. And then I'm
no,
going off
You
of
you
no.
in,
wait a minute.
in
Tannehill took Miami to
Tennessee.
the playoffs.
Yes, he did.
Playoffs?
Yes, he did.
It must have been a quick playoff. It must have been quick. It must have been on
I,
the. It
He
must have been
did.
on
He
not
did.
the main channel. It must have been on the off-brand
He
channel.
did.
but it fuck
He
around hit
did.
the bottom of the day.
It must have been on
He
PBS,
did.
public
I'm telling y'all. I'm
broadcasting
telling y'all.
station.
Okay. I'm telling y'all. All right. Well, let the chat answer it. He did. All right.
The chat on your ass. Look at this shit. The
He
fourth time.
did.
Hey, look, bro. Hey, look, man. Hey, look, man. Look, bro. This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this very thoroughly.
You
Good
pulling a trick
quarterbacks.
on us, right? Like a prank?
Yo. I'm
Bro,
trying to say
Tannehill
good
took the
quarterbacks
Dolphins
Maybe
to the
don't lose.
Tannehill
playoffs.
won
He
an
got
MVP.
hurt.
I miss.
You
He
pulling a
got
prank on
hurt.
us,
He got
right? You
hurt.
pulling a
He got
prank?
hurt. He didn't play the
Because
playoff game, but he took him to the playoffs.
I thought that defense and Mike and what's his name, Derrick Henry took them boys to the playoffs.
In Tennessee every year. Every year,
AJ
Derrick Henry.
Brown.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
The
yeah.
running
It
back.
was Derrick.
It was all the running back.
Anytime
Yep. It was all Derrick
Derrick
Henry.
Henry running
Yep.
2,000 yards every fucking season. He had 200
Yeah,
plus
okay.
yard games back to back to back. I don't know what he's talking about. But the last
Well,
time I saw Ryan Tannehill, the moment they was able to shut down Derrick Henry, he lost every fucking game.
and
That's what
everybody
he
kept
ain't
saying
trying to do.
Tannehill was the problem, being that he was limited with arm strength. He was limited getting the ball down the field with them. I'm just a little torn right now because what Tannehill you
Well, man,
see?
but y'all support Bryce Young, so
I'm
y'all
looking
support
at him
Bryce
right
Young, so
now.
you don't even know what good quarterback play looks like.
Al,
Oh,
I know you ain't.
I'm looking at
I'll
him
be
right
damned.
now.
No,
I know you ain't
nobody
talking.
on here talk with Bryce Young.
Hold on,
Fuck
No,
I
with
know
nobody
Bryce
you.
on
Young.
here talk with Bryce Young.
Support Bryce
Hold on,
Young
hold
and
on,
shit.
hold on, hold on. Al,
This is
Yeah.
camouflage.
out of all
This
places,
is
you came to the
camouflage.
Black
yo,
Camp
yo,
Champion
Al, I'm
show.
gonna call Detective Tutuola on you, Detective Tutuola and Detective Benson because they doing you dirty right now. You need the Special Victims Unit right now. They doing you dirty
No,
out
Hold
here,
on,
son.
no, son.
hold on.
No, son.
Ryan
And that's
Tannehill,
camouflage.
Ryan Tannehill, hold on, Mike, Ryan Tannehill was at the Dolphins from 2012, 2018. Didn't never take Dolphins nowhere. He went to Tennessee in 2019 to now. He went to the AFC Championship game with the Titans, and he was the player of comeback player of the year over there, off of Derrick Henry's back.
So
So,
All right.
what
all I'm
playoffs is he
saying,
So
talking about?
what playoff game in Miami? I want to know which ones were you
Now, not
watching?
now, not Naren, not
I
now,
didn't think he made the playoffs in Miami. That's
not
all I'm
No,
saying.
he
Trying to
said
figure
it
out.
though. He said it,
Okay.
yeah.
Q.
That's
So I'm
Okay.
asking what
no.
game? What game?
But I'm just saying, I'm
No,
trying to
no,
help him
Now,
over here.
No,
Al,
don't help
what
him, Q.
what
I'm
Don't help him.
year?
trying.
What
He's a
playoff?
grown man. What
What
playoff
year?
game did you see in
What
Miami?
he said, but I'm trying to help him.
No, don't
Wilson.
help him because we're all grown men. We're all grown men, and we say stuff. We
Huh?
got to stand on
Am
business.
I
Is that
still
that's what
on?
you
Am I
guys
Stand on
say?
still
business,
on?
huh?
Am I still on?
Okay.
Listen, am I
Yeah,
still
go
on? Am
ahead.
I still on?
What year?
Go.
So they made the playoffs in 2016. He got drafted. The last time they made a playoffs before that was 2008. Come on,
I
man.
don't
They need to go.
understand. I don't
The
get it.
first, with their Week 16 win over the Bills, the Dolphins took a winning record and playoff berth for the first time since 2008. Tannehill finished the season with a then career high 67 complete percentage, 2,995 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Okay, he went to the playoffs. I told you he took me to the playoffs. I fucking know, bro. I'm telling you, I know.
You said they went to the playoffs because of Tannehill.
I mean, he's a quarterback, right?
What was his numbers?
We got
What was the numbers?
2 wins.
Oh,
See,
Well,
he's trying to move the goalposts.
well, I just want to know what the numbers were.
I just
Yeah,
told you the
man,
numbers.
they got defeated by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the wild card. So they went.
Okay, I didn't say they fucking made it. I didn't say they made a deep run. I said they went to the playoffs.
I just got behind you. Don't
Yeah,
make
but
me
Joe
feel
Flacco
like-
just went to the playoffs. What does that mean? Joe Flacco just went to the playoffs. What does that mean?
His ass got biggity bounced
Ba-
right on out.
Basically, Al is trying to say that Tannehill is a good quarterback.
And I'm trying to figure out how, but you know what I mean? If that's just your
Trent
thing,
Dilford went to the playoffs.
I mean, if he made the playoffs every year,
So
but then
Trent-
he
so-
he
so
he
Trent
gave
Jeff
he threw
Hostetler.
interceptions.
Jeff Hostetler went to the playoffs.
He threw interceptions that cost them the games when they got to the playoffs. How the hell is he good?
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Chad Henne won 2 Super Bowls. What are we saying here?
Look, all right. So what I'm starting to
So
understand
you're
is,
saying,
what I'm understanding
Hey, what's
is,
up, Lon?
Al is from Florida.
He's a killer.
Al is from
Ryan
Florida,
Tannehill's a killer.
and he supports.
nobody said that. I just said he made the playoffs.
hit that
But you're
like
telling me
button,
that.
subscribe. I know
So
you
you're
loving
saying,
this
so
shit.
you're saying Trent Dilfer wasn't a good quarterback. So you're saying Trent? I mean, come on, man. Like, all right, he's not.
What? Trent Dilford is a killer. Trent Dilford's a killer.
At least they put your team in the game. They keep your team in the game.
Doug Flutie went to the playoffs. Doug Flutie went to the playoffs.
Duffy was nice though, bro. Stop playing.
Yeah, but he's not a killer. We're talking killers. He's not a killer.
We're not talking killers. I never said nothing about no
Warren
killers. I never said
Moon
nothing
is a
about that.
killer. Now you're talking about difference. Warren Moon is a killer. That's a killer.
Warren Moon. You're talking
Warren
about
Moon's a
Moon
killer.
lost to Frank-
That's
who
a
lost to
killer.
Frank Reich? You're talking about Warren Moon lost to Frank Reich?
Warren
Fucking
Moon's a
30-point
killer.
lead?
Warren Moon's a killer. Yeah, boy's a killer. Stop it. You don't watch football. You play Techno Bowl. You're playing Techno Bowl. You're playing Techno Bowl. Now you're gonna sit here and tell me that Cam Newton isn't a killer.
Y'all stop it right now. Y'all stop this shit right now.
You can't even answer that question, and you're a Carolina Panther fan, and it took you this long to answer. Cam Newton's not a killer.
Cam Newton kept us in every fucking game. Cam Newton made me want to watch football, though. He made me want to watch every fucking season.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, is he a
I
killer?
know we had a chance.
It's a
I knew we had a
fucking
chance.
You still not answering the question, Big Al.
Yeah, it was a killer. Yeah, he was
All
a killer.
right,
Yeah,
why
he
it
was
took
a
you
killer.
so long to answer the question?
Why you
Because you just
Because you don't know the difference between a killer and an average quarterback. Hey, Pop, you want to educate him? Pop?
Well, this is my thing. I've noticed that because Al is from Florida, so he pays attention to a lot of athletes that's in Florida. So I understand he might have a little bias when it comes to Tannehill.
Well, I'll give you an example.
But I don't think because I don't really want to fucking talk about Ryan Tannehill because I give 2 shits about Ryan Tannehill because he's not a fucking Carolina Panther. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know Al's from Florida. You know, he's gonna have a little bias when it comes to Florida teams.
Hey, yo, Wolf. So how about this? Joe Burrow, cold-blooded killer. Let me think. What's Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins, average quarterback. There's a difference. He's good. He'll get you over the hump.
What about Justin Herbert?
What about him?
Nah, he ain't no killer.
No, that's
He
a
ain't no killer.
Maxon.
He haven't developed a killer
No,
yet.
he's not.
He ain't won nothing in the playoffs yet.
He ain't no
What about
killer.
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen is a killer.
Josh Allen's a
I
killer.
watch him duel with Patrick Mahomes.
Yo, he a killer. He just got That man
He got a fucked
Superman.
up team.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah, yeah, you
he's
got
a
a
killer, but sometimes it's gun jam.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's gun jam. You know what I'm saying? His equipment ain't quite right, but he'll shoot that motherfucker. He'll
he'll
shoot
shoot
it,
it
but
now.
sometimes
Hey, hey,
it
hey, hey, Al, Bryce a killer too. He'll kill
Huh?
your whole
Sure.
damn
yeah,
team.
I bet he is.
kill
Kill
himself.
your
Yeah,
Kill
whole
yeah,
your
yeah.
whole
On
franchise.
damn
Call of Duty,
Kill
franchise.
your
Himself.
whole
on Call
goddamn
of Duty.
franchise.
Your
Himself.
whole
Yeah.
Yeah,
franchise.
kill your whole franchise.
Kill
Exactly,
yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Right
Bryce a
by your
killer
Kill,
too.
franchise.
There's different
yourself.
type of killers, my
That's what
nigga.
got him
Cold
to do
blooded
it. Kill
Different
killer.
type of killers.
himself.
We all can agree on that, then.
Yeah, we can
And
we all can
Al,
agree on
this is
that one,
Himself.
bro.
Al. This ain't a Bryce Young podcast. We don't like Bryce Young over here. We've been saying
Yeah,
that
I
since the
don't.
I don't like
beginning.
Bryce Young. I hate that motherfucker. I don't like Bryce Young. Fuck Bryce Young. I don't like that
But
motherfucker.
You came in here and you said that we support Bryce Young, and I want you to know everybody on this fucking panel got a wanted shirt for Bryce Young. We want that
I
nigga
know
dead
y'all
or
do.
alive.
I was talking out of like just getting hyped and shit. My bad, bro. I know y'all don't. I know y'all definitely don't. I know y'all definitely don't.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I know
sir,
y'all
Al.
definitely
It's
don't.
it's good to reel you back on in. Come on back in, brother.
Yeah,
Come
he
on in, brother.
bring me back in. Yeah, yeah.
See, you listen to Wiley, and Wiley took you far left, but we're gonna bring you right on back. Come
Hey,
on.
Mike, hey, man, don't let those guys bully you, man. These fuckers
Oh,
are
Wiley,
bullies.
go to hell.
Wally,
Hey,
can I
I
ask?
say this. I say
Riley,
this.
I
You can't
bully
bully
you.
me.
Riley, I bully you every time we on here. What you
Bullshit.
Every
Mike,
time
stay
you
in the
put up a
corner.
stat,
Stay
I
in the
bully
corner,
your
young man. Stay
ass.
in the corner, young man. Stay in the corner.
I got a question for you, Wally.
every time you
Yeah, go
come
ahead,
in,
bro.
I don't think we talked to you since the hire of the new GM. What's your opinion on him, and how long do you think he's gonna have sitting in his chair?
I think this GM and the next coach don't get a year, and then we're gonna turn this thing around. Simply because the owner hasn't learned his lesson yet. But hey, generational wealth for a guy that we know, a Panther. Hey, that sounds good to me.
So Wiley, how do you propose he learn his lesson then?
Because now what's gonna happen is he's gonna be embarrassed, and we'll find out. I say by game 4. If he's still doing the same bullshit he's doing, he ain't learned his lesson. Guy gonna get fired. Period.
I don't think that Morgan's gonna be a bad GM.
I didn't say that.
I
I
didn't
said the
like.
owner.
No, no, no. That's
Go
not
ahead.
what I'm saying. I'm just talking to me in general. I'm just saying I had this is not the guy I wanted. This is because once again he's been in the building with the shit as it was fucked up. But I'm
Yeah.
sitting here and I'm looking and I'm saying I'm gonna give this nigga a real chance,
Yeah.
and I hope he don't burn my ass again.
Thank you,
Cause these
Q. That's
boys
all.
been burning my ass.
That's all we can do is give him a chance, see what he can do. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
sincere. I'm gonna actually give this nigga a chance.
yeah. Me too. But
But
it's the
but
owner.
he's on a
It's the
short leash,
owner.
Wiley. Short
It's
leash,
the
Wiley.
it's
Short
the
leash.
owner. When the owner
Oh,
start acting up again, he gonna get fired. I'm just telling
I,
Well,
you.
well, well,
That's the
well,
way it's gonna go.
Wiley. I've listened to 2 different interviews. These are insiders. 2 different insiders and 2 different former players said that Morgan ain't gonna take his bullshit. Said Morgan ain't gonna take his bullshit. But once again, just like Q said earlier, just like I said earlier in the opening, you was here since 2021 and you let the shit go on. Now, what was
Mm.
going on with that? You got to tell me what was going on with that, brother. Why did you sit there with your arms folded for damn near
Hmm.
2 years?
Well, the only thing I can figure go is he said I done try to tell this motherfucker and be
That's
mindful.
it.
I used to be his boss, but now he my boss. He don't want to listen to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
That's the only thing that I can figure. It's the only thing that makes sense.
But you can also, but you can say, man, fuck this shit. I'm going to the Chargers. I'm going back to Buffalo. I'm going. You know, he had now. Don't tell me he ain't had choices.
Uh,
I'm
Who?
going back to
yeah,
Seattle or
go,
Morgan?
whatever.
go, go,
Yeah,
go,
Talking about
damn right.
Morgan?
go, go.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
because
not
you
like
know what's
home,
been
man.
going on.
Charlotte,
Yeah,
Charlotte is also home for a lot of people, though,
I'm
man.
Yeah.
not gonna sit there in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Every day,
I,
24/7.
I,
You know
I
what I'm saying?
understand,
no.
go, but at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
No.
when you play the place and it's a part of your DNA and your culture, you always want to come back to it. Somebody got a bad echo. You always want to come
huh?
back to it, and you always want to feel like you have that home feeling. It's probably nostalgia for him.
Yep. And generational wealth don't help. Don't hurt.
Yeah,
Worst case, you got generational wealth. I'm just saying it's a win-win for him. Now, I'm I hope the God, the owner, has learned his lesson. As he hasn't, we'll be back here visiting it next year.
but
New
Wally,
coach, new GM.
Wally, they said that they're splitting up the GM decisions. They're splitting up his role. So all he's gonna focus straight on is scouting and directly the roster. They doing all the financial aspects on this new guy that's coming in, and everything else that the GM has to do about going out and doing different tasks for the team and scouting for the actual in-house team. They splitting this up amongst the board. So I'm this is what I'm saying. If he sticks solely to just talent in the roster and looking at the draft, I might be okay with this cat coming in here trying to find some talent.
I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Win, 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 win.
I don't disagree. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to get this coach, whoever this coach is. If the owner is not acting right, they're going to fire him again. And you
I
think,
don't think
hey,
so.
okay,
I
they don't, okay.
I have turned around for a couple of days while I'm singing a different tune right now. Hey, listen to me. Listen to me.
All right, go ahead, I'm listening.
Canals is who I think that all signs is pointing to him and Dan Morgan coming in with a Jero Evero. So I think Canals gonna be the head coach. They're gonna keep Evero as defensive coordinator. He gonna play. He gonna call the plays. Then Dan, like I said, Dan Morgan, all them boys gonna come in on one page, one accord. I
All of
think
them.
you know what the
Yep.
biggest indictment would be is if they take this fucking roster and with Jim Caldwell and the crew, and they actually come out here and get more than two funky ass wins. Because make no mistake about it, the goal is to get more than two wins next year. As long as if they get three, it'll be progress. You know what I'm saying? So that'll save the coach job if he can get more than two wins. But if they
I
do it
don't,
with the same roster that Frank couldn't get muster up one win with,
Frank was hard headed.
yeah, he
or,
was.
if he come in here and can wheel and deal better than Scott did and
Scott,
get some talent on the roster, he's already
Hmm.
winning, Wiley. He's winning.
Yeah, I don't
Leave
disagree with any of that. I'm
leave
just
Pastor
saying
Frank
is,
alone.
yeah, we can leave
hmm?
him alone. All I'm
Pastor
saying
Frank,
is that
Pastor Frank.
we can leave the pastor alone. You're right, Jay. Let's leave him alone. Let's pray for him. All right.
amen.
So, amen. So all I'm saying is this: if the owner hasn't learned his lesson and keep dabbling in, that's the doom of us. I'm not saying these guys can't come in and be successful. The problem has been and continue to be the owner.
No, I feel you 1,000%. I mean, what bigger way than to wake up and be America's jackass in the NFL world?
Ooh.
Every day he wakes up and he hauls his ass across the stadium when he come in. Everybody looks at him. Think about it. You just lost out on every potential GM and head coach because of your meddling ass. You can't get nobody to come in through the door. And that's what you're doing now. You're scraping together shit. Basically, I'm thinking they're using Dan Morgan for his ability to get to Canals because they're saying, okay, outside of Dan Morgan, Canals probably wouldn't fuck with the Panthers. He probably
Yep.
wouldn't. So they're probably exploiting his relationships that he has built as a player. That's probably why they put him as GM. He's a likable guy. He could talk to people. He could probably sell some shit at Carolina. Uh,
You
boy,
might
oh
be
boy.
right. You
Well,
might be right, Q. Because I believe
yeah,
I believe that too.
that's one.
Because him being a player, that holds weight as well. Somebody like I said, somebody who done put their blood, sweat, and tears on that field. And he's been doing this personnel shit for 14 years. He's built relationships outside of people that we don't even know. So I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that nostalgia of because what they keep been showing right here, what they been advertising. Oh, that Super Bowl run, them 25 tackles, this, that, the third. That's all you've been hearing. That's all you've been hearing. And then now, yeah, he's been doing it 14 years, but he's been two places. Seattle, Buffalo. But I mean, of course, he's built player relationship because everybody been saying he's a player's office person, whether he was in player person, and most of his background is in player personnel, pro personnel, or whatever how they got the title wrote out. He was dealing with players. I don't know if it was contracts or this and that. It was scouting and something dealing with the players. So I
It
have
was
Yes,
changed.
sir.
scouting. It was scouting. It was scouting.
Yeah,
Hmm?
but
Hmm.
I have changed my outlook. I'm gonna give him a chance. The leash is
Okay, let's
short.
go. Let's go.
Yes,
Go ahead,
sir. There's
The,
Mike.
progress. Yes,
I
Let's
sir.
understand
go.
the
Yes,
leash,
sir.
but the leash is very short. Only
Oh, I bet it is.
because you sat here for 2 years, and that kind of I just something I can't put my hand on it, but something just ain't. You
It
got
put
to
a
let
bad
me
taste
know,
in my
bro.
mouth.
How
Go,
you
but
sat here for two
let
years?
me give you an example. Have you ever had somebody like being a part of a team or had a manager and the manager just sucked and it didn't matter how many times you gave him like opinions about something, they didn't take heed of what you were saying, and
Yeah,
then
Bob,
eventually
but
that manager got
I'm
fired and they
just
never looked at you to be the leader until later on, like
but
real
after a
life.
while,
Like
Bob,
that's what
it's
happened.
like, yeah. After a while, it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Fuck this shit, because I'm not gonna wear my damn head to a headache. You know what I'm saying? Coming in here if I got, you know how frustrating that is coming in here every day, and I'm telling these motherfuckers what to do.
Yep, and
I
that's what he
know
signed
that
up
I
for.
know more than you do or whatever. I can't do it, bruh. It's too much on you. It's too much on your soul. That'll age you, bruh. That'll
That will.
age you.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask everybody up here. Would y'all be mad at a Mike Vrabel? I seen somebody said Mike Vrabel could be an option. Or would be a good option. Would y'all be mad about that? I wouldn't be mad
I
about
don't even think that.
I don't think he
Let's say
got a second interview though. I'm just talking about who got second
he
interview.
does tonight. He does tonight. I mean, tomorrow night, Thursday night. He's supposed to be meeting. He's supposed to be at Arthur Blank house right now. At Arthur Blank house right
Yeah,
now.
I know
And
Hardball
then
is in
then
Atlanta
he's
right now.
flying to Carolina to meet with them tomorrow evening.
No, Harbaugh going to the Chargers. Like I said, they already said they finalizing the paperwork. Breaking news. Um, Vrabel, is he bringing Derrick Henry with him, or are we going to draft a power running back? Because he got
No. So Derrick Henry
Uh,
wants to go to a
yeah.
contender. So
Yeah, a contending team.
if I was Derrick Henry, there'll be only
It'll
a
be
select few
Ravens.
teams I would go. Nah, he's not gonna go to the Ravens. I'll be honest with you. He
I'm
need
gonna
to
say
go to the
Somebody got
Cowboys.
some bad feedback. Somebody got some bad
Yeah,
feedback.
it's terrible too.
It ain't me.
Hold on.
That ain't me.
It's Mike. It's Mike.
Mike got
If
some bad feedback, Mike.
Yeah, I
if
muted him and it went away.
Yeah, I don't know if
Derrick
you got
Henry
your
need to go
head
to
in
the
the speaker or
Cowboys.
something. Or if you put us on
Everybody
speaker.
thinks that Derrick Henry gonna go to the Cowboys. A lot of people think that. I've been seeing that on YouTube lately.
is that better?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
much
There you
better,
go.
Yeah,
sir.
there you
Much
go.
better.
Okay. Vrabel
If I
knows
was
how
Henry,
to
I would
win with a
only
below average quarterback, so that wouldn't hurt my feelings.
What you gonna
Dak
say,
just
Al?
now I was gonna say if I was Henry, I'd go to the Ravens. That's the only place I would try to go to. Yeah, the Ravens or the Chiefs.
They don't need him, and the Chiefs don't need him though. They got two
Because
running backs.
Pacheco's a world beater and Clyde Hilaire, man, Clyde Hilaire is
Not,
trash, bro.
but they don't need him though. Like he needs to go somewhere where he's needed, and he's needed in the
Cowboys probably.
Cowboys. Ravens will be okay too. But he only want to go to contenders. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm
He need to
saying.
go to Buffalo.
You go to Buffalo. There you go. That's another one. You go to
I mean,
Buffalo. Oh my
that'd be a
God,
good spot. That'd be a good spot. That'd be a
Jesus,
good
Mike,
spot.
you was on fire with that
And
one.
let Cook be the scat back. I like that term. I just like that term. My
But
bad, bro.
Buffalo money fucked up.
Buffalo money.
Oh well, he ain't going there then, and he
They
can't go to
money
Kansas
fucked
City
up.
because Kansas City money fucked
If
up.
if they get rid of Diggs, that might open up some money, and I think they're supposed to get off Diggs. So I don't know. I know
Kansas
they
City
money
money
fucked up
fucked
That's
right
up.
now.
that's the only reason I ain't picked the Bills this weekend because I don't really trust Diggs like that because he's all over the place type shit sometimes.
Yo, if he
That's
wasn't
why I
choosing
didn't.
if he wasn't choosing a contender, I would tell him to go to the Texans.
Texans got a bunch of potential, man. Bunch of it.
And they got money. They got about 70 million in money.
I mean, that could work too, though.
That'd be crazy. Shit.
But you
That
got to
would be.
give something to get something, though, Pop. You understand? If you want to sit there and say I ain't going to a contender and I want to win a championship before the end of my shit, you got to say you might have to take a hometown or a cut, whatever you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
use
I
labels
don't think he
as.
gonna ask for
You know
max
what I'm
money.
saying?
He done got paid so much money. I
Yeah,
don't think he would ask for max money. He probably had to pay him nine million.
yeah, you got to give something to get something because motherfuckers are
Could be
looking
some
at you
good.
saying, you ain't gonna give me, but you know what I'm saying, another maybe 2 years. You ain't gonna sign up but a 2 year contract, and you trying to get there as fast as possible.
Yeah, you
You
probably
ain't
signed him for.
bullshit.
You probably
I don't
signed him for
think
like
Henry.
12 million for 2 years.
I don't think Henry really slowed down too much though. Like he hasn't
But
really
no,
slowed down too much like that.
Henry, what? How
Not
how
he
old is Henry? How old is
he
Henry?
didn't
How
drop
long Henry
off like
been in the
Zeke
league?
dropped 29, 20, 28, 29, somewhere around there. He might be close to 30. He's like 29, some shit like that.
How long he been in the
He
league? I know Chef Life for a back ain't nothing but like 3 to 4 years. I mean,
yeah, the average,
yeah,
yep. I mean for that,
yeah, he the average motherfucker. Let's don't. I ain't saying that, but
yeah.
he ain't got. It ain't like he still fresh out the boat now. Neither.
And he got a lot of thread on his tires.
Yeah,
I mean, he got a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
thread on
a lot.
his tires. They used the shit
Yeah,
out of Derrick Henry.
they use the shit out
But
of
he
him,
hasn't but he
and
hasn't but he
that's what
hasn't
they
fell
supposed
off
to do.
like Zeke fell off. He hasn't fell off like Zeke fell off. I mean, Zeke fell off
That's
after
that's
like
t-
3 years,
that's
three
that
or 4 years.
that's apples and oranges.
Why is that?
Because Derrick Henry is in another league of his own. Zeke ain't never
Yeah,
been Derrick Henry.
never.
Zeke got
That
some good
man been
years,
so
bro.
consistent
That's
every
what.
year, every
Yeah,
year, every
yeah,
year, every
yeah.
year.
You right. You right,
That's what
Mike.
I'm saying.
Right.
But he rushes the ball 20 something times every fucking game for the past ever since he's got there damn near. So that's why I said there's a lot of thread off them tires.
Doesn't
Yes,
look like he
sir.
lost a
My
step to
bad,
me.
Red. My bad, Red.
He still like run motherfuckers.
I want trying to say the
'Cause I,
Texans not a contender, but what I mean, it's with the Texans. What I noticed this year is that they got one of the most expensive offensive lines. They're gonna have to let go of some players. So I'm thinking they might take a small jump down. I still think they can make it to the playoffs, but they signed a lot of 1 year deals this year. So I'm not sure if I can say if they're officially going to be a contender once again next year with the signings that they need to get done and the contracts they need to sign. I know they're gonna lose some decent players.
Well,
Um,
the
see,
Texans,
I,
I think are in a good
y'all
position.
hold
They
on,
have
y'all hold on one second, y'all hold on one second. I like to welcome to the show the number one Bryce supporter in the world, Panther Prime himself. Uh,
Well,
what's
well,
going
well,
on,
well,
Prime?
what's going
well,
on,
well, well,
Prime?
what's up, man? Well, I'll say this: my
What's
my
up?
my past videos on YouTube will show that I'm not the number one Bryce supporter.
Oh, you done passed the
But
mantle. You done passed the
no,
mantle
no,
on.
no,
Who
no,
did
Hey,
you
no,
give it
no,
hey,
no,
to?
no.
Who
I
did
am
you give it
not a
to?
crook.
I'll take that. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah,
But
yeah. What's going on, Prime? What's going
nothing
on? You
much,
know I'm
man.
fucking with.
I know, man. I know, man. I will say this, man. I've been beating this Mike Vrabel drum since the Tennessee Titans fired him, which was unexpected back on January 9th. I dropped a video about it. The only thing that's kind of been keeping things unhinged and not allowing it to go further than just a conversation was the fact that they didn't interview him. Now that he has an interview, I think that this is actually the best option for Carolina. Watching his success in Tennessee, from the time that he came in, I think the Tennessee Titans were like a 9-17 or whatever, 9-18, and just the continued success in Tennessee, getting them to a playoff win, and just acquiring Derrick Henry and AJ Brown and stuff like that. Just how Mike Vrabel was able to get them boys going, man. It's a culture
Now,
over there.
Prime.
Go ahead.
This is where I've been.
Hmm.
Now you don't bring Harbaugh in, you don't bring Belichick in, you don't bring Pete
Right.
Carroll.
Right.
It's like it's this type of thing I'm seeing, this pattern that you're not these strong attitude, strong willed guys that want a lot of power, GM or full roster control.
Right.
You're kind of steering. It's like we're steering away from them type of guys. I'm seeing that type of pattern. So don't you think Brable falls in there too?
No, no, not at all. I don't think that at all.
I
I think
do.
well, yeah, I guess that's cool. But I think that Mike Vrabel is different than what maybe a Canellis or Raheem Morris, because he's been there. Okay, when
Uh-huh.
they had the draft, I think it was maybe the 2021 draft. They had video inside the draft room where he was emphatically pissed over the AJ Brown trade. Pissed,
And that's
showed it
why I
and
say that
everything.
he is that he's like that now. That's what I
Well,
was
well,
gonna say.
well but
Prime.
hold on. But remember now, if your boss tells you we're going to go a certain way, are you going to do anything else besides just display how you feel? Like, are you going
He
to go
couldn't do
inside his
anything.
office and
He could do anything but serve his contract after that. That's why
okay, okay,
that's why he's leaving Tennessee.
okay, but my point is this: your boss tells you that we're going to go a different way, even though you don't agree with it. What more
Hmm.
can you do after that? Are you gonna go
That's
in
what I'm
his
saying.
office and call up the Eagles and say,
You
"Nah,
can't do
the trade
much.
is over"?
That's what.
You're not
But
gonna do
Prime,
that,
you proving my point. That's why I think now he wants to go somewhere where he can have more roster control. Because when
right?
they got rid of AJ Brown, that like you just said, that did not settle with him well. That tells you right there, him, the GM, the owner, and the coach weren't on the same wavelength. So he's not gonna come somewhere where they're not on the same wavelength. I think he wants to have more control,
Absolutely.
just like when
But he worked. But they're not going to give up control. They're not going to give up all the control to Vrabel. I mean, he's going to work with Dan
no. I'm
Morgan
not
hand in
saying
hand,
all the
and
control.
then
I'm
and then
saying,
he
but he
got
wants to have some type of roster control to some certain extent.
yeah
Yeah.
Like if he needs to
yeah.
run
I
a certain
mean
system, he said, "Hey, I need this guy here to run, or I need these type of guys here to run my system. Don't trade them, and I don't get nothing back from them." But what they get for
Right.
AJ Brown? They ain't get shit.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing that was comparable or that match that talent level. And
Hmm.
yeah,
that's ultimately
and
why the next year they didn't make the playoffs, and then the year after that, they barely won six games.
that was
So
just a cap situation because they traded Brown and then they went and drafted a wide receiver. Like so, that was just a cap
He
situation
ain't
right
one of
there.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, they drafted Trey Burks, but Trey Burks didn't work.
Yeah, he one of
Yeah, it
Mm-mm.
AJ
didn't work.
Brown. So and then that's what really that would have helped Brown if you would have been able to keep both of those. Now you got your one and you got your number two, but Trey Burks
hmm
didn't work out. But that's what I'm saying. I think now when he goes into these interviews, he's going to be declaring that I have some type of roster say so when it
right,
goes into building the team and building the scheme.
yeah, and also, and my last point, and I'm gonna be quiet. Like with a Dave Canellis and a Raheem Morris, Ben Johnson, these guys are inspiring to be head coaches. Mike Vrabel has done it for the past 6 years. So there's no, well, let's give him an opportunity to try. No, I'm saying this. I'm saying this for a point. There's no reason why there should be a time where we have to say, well, let's give him an opportunity to cook. No, he should come in already understanding how to flow as a head coach, and it should just be installing, our scheme and going forward from there.
So
Well,
I have a
Wiley,
question.
what you trying to
I have
say,
a
Wiley?
question.
I hear you over there breathing hard.
This guy here, man.
He
This
over here
guy
grunting and
winning
shit.
percentage is fucking five, .54. 544%. He he had 2 seasons in the worst league in the AFC, leading that league. Remember now, it fell apart. It was bad for a long time. We talking about NFC South. The AFC South was bad. He won it twice of his 6 years, and he
They
won.
beat the Patriots.
Let me cut
No,
y'all one
They
time while you spitting
go
all
ahead.
these numbers. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Well, Grable fucked up. He never went in there and got him a quarterback. Never.
Yeah,
He kept
that's the problem.
retread. Any of these motherfucking coaches that you always see getting these reclamation project quarterbacks going to get some shit from somebody else. We know full well about that. We done it. We done been through it. Every time. The motherfucking success is short-lived or a hard road to get there. When you don't go get your fucking quarterback.
Sounds
I,
like
I,
but
Frank
I,
I
Wright.
dis,
but
I don't
I thought,
they're
disagree,
hard
but
to
the
find.
but
problem
I
is
thought they
in
did.
the
They went out
They're
and
hard
got
to
Malik
find,
Willis,
goat.
did they not?
No,
They're hard to find,
he
goat.
never
okay, all right, that it
he
didn't work.
never he never got his quarterback. He got the
Not a first round
Tennessee in
pick, no.
2018. Where did he get when did he draft one? He never drafted one.
2019 or 20. No,
Yeah.
21.
2 years
21.
Oh,
ago,
Malik,
they
Malik,
drafted
when,
Malik
when
Willis
Malik,
like
Yeah,
Talking about
Malik,
you
yeah.
talking
Malik
about these
Willis.
mother?
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
Malik
Y'all talk
Willis,
that
man.
bullshit. They
That
gave
That
him
was
wasn't
a
a first
Malik
terrible
round
Willis.
drive
pick.
for
Stop talking
quarterbacks,
that
though.
bullshit,
Nah, it
man. Come
wasn't.
on.
It
I'm
wasn't.
talking
It
about the
wasn't.
man going to get a goddamn
Yeah, he
first
didn't want
rounder.
Malik.
He
He
When
didn't
did
want
they ever
Malik.
get a man a first rounder?
That
He
wasn't him.
didn't, but
Come
check this out. Going back to
they
the
didn't.
record, when he was first in the South, AFC South, he lost in the first round each time.
look at
I'm
who
trying
he
to
went
understand this.
with.
I mean, when you got
They
Tannehill,
went
well, I hate to
when
say it, but when you got Tannehill, you limited, brother.
Look at who he went with.
All I'm saying
they
is
went to
this.
an AFC. They
All right,
went
Damn,
to
all
an
right.
huh?
AFC championship game. They went to
The
they
second
beat the
year,
Patriots and the Ravens.
the
They beat the
second
Pats and
How?
the
year.
Ravens.
After
How?
that,
Show me that
he got lost in the
they went
first round.
Derrick Henry back. They didn't go on
Yes,
Tannehill
there
off.
you go. There you go. And that's what I'm trying to say.
It's the
Once people
difference.
adjusted to him, Derrick Henry, his shit was
Yeah,
over.
Yeah,
yeah. Once they
it was
stopped the run, it was
over.
over with. Al.
I'm
All
saying
right,
this: if he was a
I got you. I got you guys.
really good coach, where did he adapt? Where did he adapt?
Oh
You got a point.
shit.
You got a point there, Wiley. You got a
Oh
point there,
shit.
Wiley. My bad. Wiley got there and came back to America.
Wiley. What I'm saying though, Wiley, look, bro. If you
Hey,
playing
pops, I
football
gave him
and
that
you
work.
ain't
He
got
good
no
now.
motherfucking cards, you understand what I'm saying? How can you win a hand, bro? You can't win a hand with no fucking cards.
I understand that, but what I'm trying
Damn,
to say is this:
don't give a damn what kind
he
of poker face you got.
no, but what I'm trying to say is where did he adapt from season to season? Where did he adapt?
Well, that's what
You're
Pop
Just
just
right.
tell
said
me.
earlier.
He
You're
If you
didn't
right.
can't win
adapt.
with
They
don't
got
win
him
your talent.
receiver after receiver. They gave him a run
Yeah.
game. He had a
When
good
did
offensive line. And one of his linemen went to busting with the damn boys.
like
They
I
got him
said,
out the way.
all I'm
He
saying is
just
he
said
didn't adapt.
he just
We
said
Never gave
complain
him a
about
he
the
just said
quarterback
same
they
though.
traded
thing.
they just traded a
Yeah,
top
he
they just
coming here.
traded like a top
Coming here
a
with
So
no
top 10
quarterback.
receiver in the league. They
All
just
He
right.
traded
coming
a
So
top
right
10
here with no
receiver in the league.
quarterback.
He just said that.
so
we
real
can say
quick.
the
So
same thing,
I'm
bro.
looking at Tennessee's well actually Ryan Tannehill's passing yards, and I think the year that they went both times that they won, I think he had over 3,500 yards passing.
He have
Understanding
a
this,
37,
but
3,700. The best
yeah,
year.
yeah, right. But understanding this, even Cam Newton alluded to this. When you have a decent run game, because he just alluded to this yesterday or today, that takes a lot off your quarterback. So you're not going to throw for 4,000, 5,000 yards like you would have seen, other quarterbacks do. They
Okay,
had a
that's
successful
cute.
run game.
That's cute. But
Okay.
here's the problem with that. Here's the problem
That's
with that.
debatable.
Where did he
That's debatable.
adjust? Where did he
That's debatable.
adjust? Okay,
Because Jared
they
Goff got
adjust. Watch this.
4,500
The
yards.
defense adjusted to your offense. Fine. 2019, you was on the brink, right? That's when Kansas City beat you. Your
That's
only
what
two
Kansas City beat them. Yeah.
wins, you had the whole time you were there, 2019. Each year you was first in your division, you
Well,
lost in the first round.
What year?
Where did you
What year did Mike?
adjust?
Hold on. Wait. What year did Mike Vrabel take over as head coach? Let's start
18.
there.
18.
Okay, 18. What was their record prior to that?
I don't see it.
8
I
and
just see
8.
it
Okay,
here.
8 and
okay, I
8.
know it.
It
Their
was
record
probably
prior
8 and
to
8 because
that.
they probably
Hold
had
on.
Jeff
Their
Fisher.
record prior
It
to
was
that
probably
was the
8 and 8
same that
because
they
they had
got in
Jeff Fisher.
2018. 2019, they got better. 2020, they got better. 2021, they got better.
And
Season
they lost in the
record.
first round
There you
each
go. There
That's
you
time.
not
go,
that's
Wiley.
not what I, that's not what I'm
They
saying. I'm
lost in
talking
the
about
first
This
round
the
each
thing.
hold on,
time.
listen to me.
One
Listen to
thing.
me. I'm talking about
This
record
the one thing.
wise.
This the one thing, y'all.
Okay.
This
I'm
one
talking about
thing,
In the
record
Prime.
worst
wise.
One
division.
You
thing,
asked
though,
The
you
worst
Prime.
division in
In the worst
football.
division.
Wow.
In the worst division, though, Prime. In the worst
I
division, you got to
understand
look
that,
at
but
that.
they're not
You got to
playing
look at
all
that.
16 games in
You
their
18
worst
can't say
division.
division.
that's the
But
worst
you
division.
coming
You
out
can't
that
say that's
division,
the
y'all
worst
keep talking
division.
about
But
At
they're
the
going to
not
the
time it
playing.
playoffs.
They're
was.
not
At the
playing
Y'all,
time it
16
Have you
was.
seen the
games.
NFC East?
Al,
So,
Al.
Have you
so
seen
the
the
Now
other,
y'all,
NFC
so the
y'all,
East?
other
y'all
8
can't
games are
say
being
that
played
shit
in their
because
division as well.
y'all just said, fucking Tampa Bay, motherfucker talking about Tampa Bay and Baker played better and all this shit. They went to the fucking playoffs, one game over 500. Come on now, the same thing the Titans was doing in a garbage ass division at that time from 2018 to 23.
Okay, so
The division just got C.J. Stroud
So
there,
you want that
and
guy?
who was winning them?
That
yeah,
guy?
I want that guy.
C.J.
Yeah,
Stroud
I
and
want
Hey,
that
Stafford.
guy because
mediocre
that
at
guy right
best.
there has
Mediocre
shown
at best.
continued success. But you
Look at
guys
it.
want
What success?
somebody. Hold on, you guys
What
want someone that
success?
you
No.
guys you
What
guys want
success?
someone who has not even been proven as a head
Least you
coach.
got an opportunity instead of retread that didn't learn his
It's
lesson.
not a retread.
Yes, it
No
is.
one
He ain't learned
expected
no lesson.
no one
Not one
expected Mike
time did he
Vrabel.
adapt.
First of all, nobody expected Mike Vrabel to be fired in Tennessee. Nobody.
Okay. Did he? I'm asking a serious question.
Go
Where
ahead.
did he innovate anything other than get a ball to Henry?
Well, I just told you that. I
Okay,
mean,
got it.
the dude had his quarterback. Listen. If you make it in the NFL with a Ryan Tannehill, you did a little something. That's first and foremost,
Yeah,
okay?
I give that. Okay, you're right. You're right. I give that.
Okay,
No
you did
argument from
something.
that.
Now, the acquisitions that he
Damn,
made
got killing my dog
in the
Tannehill.
draft and free agency, that shows the mindset of where he was trying to take this team. It's not his fault that the GM thought that we better to get draft pick for AJ Brown. If not, they probably would have went back the very next year. And as a matter of fact, I think 2022 they came close. It wasn't until like the last year and the year
So
and this
I'm
year that they really started becoming
so
trash.
so here's the problem with what you're saying.
Okay, go ahead, tell me.
We traded away the number one running back in the league. Us, right? Number one running back. We traded away a
Yeah.
Yes,
top 10, top 5 receiver right now, top 8 receiver. We did, right?
Yes.
yes.
So I'm trying to understand this. This guy didn't do no different than us, and
No,
he
no
didn't
different than us.
adjust. He
Hold
didn't
on,
Back with
adjust.
chips, and
but
then
it
we kitted away the pick.
There you go. You want
but it
garbage to
wasn't.
come?
But
Okay, you
but
want
hold
garbage
on.
can, no problem.
Would you feel comfortable? Would you feel okay if your head coach was on board like he was with trading away a Christian McCaffrey or trading away a DJ Moore? You're cool with that, right? You're satisfied with that. Mike Vrabel was not cool with losing AJ Brown, which shows the type of thoughts he had towards the offensive play on his team. It ain't just a run game that he was looking for. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. The guy's more forward thinking on the offensive side than people give him credit for. And yes, if I have a decent run game, why would I not run the ball? What are you talking about? You think I'm a handicap myself when I know I got an A1 running back? Yeah, I'm gonna run the ball. But it's not like that was their only game. They had Ryan Tannehill throwing for over 3,500 yards. What are you talking about?
Thank you, brother.
Wiley.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, now I'm gonna get into
Like,
this.
that's what I was trying to tell y'all, man.
It's not.
It's kind of
It's not that
hard to be
y'all.
successful when you got a GM working against you.
Oh,
Just saying.
Wiley fell
There
out.
we
Wiley
go.
fell out.
Okay, my
Yeah.
bad. I
There
fell
we
out.
go.
Hey, check this out. That's nice, right? Everything you said is nice. But the problem is you never address the fact is whether your GM is working against you or not, they had really good tight ends, right? And they had them. They had a pretty good running backs, not just Henry.
Mm-hmm.
They had decent number 2 receiver, decent number 3 receiver. 'Cause even though they got rid of AJ, I'm saying is where did he adjust? Where did he adjust his offense to optimize the players that he did have, not the ones he got
I
rid of,
mean,
the ones he had? Where did he do it?
your question is okay. So your question is like applied understanding. Like I'm looking at it from the totality of when he took over as the head coach to when
Okay.
ultimately he left. So
So I have a question got it.
Okay, go ahead.
So question, Panther fans. 500 record, is that good enough what you want to hire as the next head coach?
But that's not what it was, though. It's that's the part I'm trying to get you to understand. It wasn't just
5.4, 5.45,
what was his total
500.
record. Hold on. What was his total record as a head coach?
5.1, excuse me,
Yeah.
0.545.
Damn, I got to bring
What
it
was
back
his
up.
total record as a head coach
He
with his
like
losses?
he like 45 and 54 or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
He's like
that's what-
54 and 40 something.
He's
Yeah,
54 and 45. He's
Yeah.
five wins, 9 wins below 9 wins from 500. That's what you want.
No. If he's 54 and 41, he's like 10, he's like 11,
No,
12 games over 500.
54 and 45. He won
Hold
54.
up.
He lost
Okay.
45. That's what you want.
All right.
And he won 2 playoff games in 1 season.
Yes.
He ain't
54
won
and
no
45.
more.
Like Wiley
He
said.
ain't won no more.
5,
He went to the
4, 5.
playoffs. He went to playoffs 3 times.
Yeah,
1, 2,
In
3.
six years, went
And
to
he
the
won
playoffs
2
twice.
playoff games
In
in 1
6 years.
season.
In
Two
6 years, he
playoff
went to the
games
playoffs
in 1
twice.
season. And
Right.
the other 2 times he went to the playoffs, he lost in the first round.
Okay.
So that's what we want, right?
Oh, but
That's
here's the
regular
thing.
season. That's
You
Shit,
want
regular
to
season.
put
at
you
least
want
you
to put
get to
all
the
your eggs in the
playoffs.
basket
Yeah,
for
at
Ben
least
Johnson,
give us a chance.
for Raheem Morris, for people who aren't even proven head coaches. Why? Why would you want to do that?
Give me somebody that don't have that stank on them.
Oh man,
You want Raheem Morris? Look at
No,
Raheem
Morris
Morris's
got
record
that. He's
in
retread too.
Tampa.
He got that stink on him.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
retread
man.
too.
Yeah. He
Nope,
got
we
that
don't want
stink on
him.
him, bro. Yeah, he got that stink on him, bro.
But y'all is passionate about Mike Vrabel. Ooh,
Mike
well,
Vrabel
now the
Man, we
boy
is the best
stank.
passionate
option.
about the Panthers, bro. We passionate about the
He's the
Panthers,
best
bro.
option at quarterback.
And
at
about
head coach.
Okay.
football and about football. I
Are
mean,
we
but
done with this yet?
Pop,
Cause
he's
I'm a little
interviewing tomorrow
lost.
night, Pop. That's why we talking about him. He's interviewing tomorrow night. What are you talking
I
about?
feel that. But he ain't going to go get Mike Vrabel. This is a fucking sham. I want y'all to know something, right? That man has 2 coaches in mind. That is no 3. He's got 3 coaches in mind. It's your man Ben Johnson, it's Alvaro,
yes.
and old boy for Tampa.
No, it's
Right
not.
now, he's trying to buy time in between interviews, and it's not his second interview. It'll be Mike Vrabel's first interview. He's trying to buy time to hoping that the candidates that he's interviewing will give him time to finish his coaching interviews, just so he can go see Ben Johnson and see how much head he got to get at man for him to come here.
That's
Okay.
what
This
he
is a
wants is Ben
hoax.
Johnson.
Damn, that head, Mike.
That's what he wants is Ben Johnson.
This is a hoax.
I agree. I agree 100%. Yeah, he wants Ben Johnson. He wants Ben Johnson. That's what he wants, really.
That's
Everybody
the
know,
only
yeah,
one he
Ben
wants.
Johnson.
everybody know that.
He said, "I'm gonna tell them whatever they want to hear. I'll go see Mike Vrabel." And the reason why he gonna see Mike Vrabel because he was like, "I'm tired of people talking about me not interviewing Belichick. I'm tired of people talking about me not interviewing Jim Harbaugh. So let me go talk to an established coach and see if that'll get the media off my back." It's written on the wall, dog. Just read it. That's it.
Well, I tell you, we shall know next week. Come next week, round about this time, I think they will announce.
I don't think so, man.
They gonna-
I don't think we're gonna know
You
probably
think
for
so?
another 2. I think we won't know until another 2 more weeks, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe even 3.
2 more weeks.
That's what I
Hey,
think.
look, man. I'm gonna tell you
Prime,
this.
that's gonna put you into February, Prime.
Yeah, I know.
And Ben Johnson
Frank
say he'll
was hired
come.
last year on the 28th, and that was late.
Yeah.
Look, if Ben Johnson say he'll come, if the Detroit Lions lose and Ben Johnson say that he'll come, we'll know within by Wednesday.
Yeah, because see,
that's
the reason of this they're thinking is this: if they win or lose this week, if they lose, okay, now he got the time. If they win, see, that's why I set up to give them that week or so prior to the Super Bowl game to handle all other obligations and all kind of other shit that they got, plus prepare for the game. So you gonna interview Monken, the other motherfucker over there in Baltimore, and Ben Johnson. That's why they ain't been taking no interviews and stuff like that, other than the
facts.
virtual.
And look, and if Ben Johnson go in that office, Dave Tepper gonna have a blank check for him waiting.
I don't. The money dirty though, Mike. I keep telling you
I,
this now.
I know the money dirty, but look, I'm here to tell you. You pay me the right amount of money, I'm coming. And that's every man on earth. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Ben Johnson walk in that office. He said 15 million. If there's a $17 million check sitting on that desk, he's walking out with that check. You disagree?
Well, they said calls have been made from other motherfucking people telling how difficult Pepper is to deal with.
You right, but I'm
Specifically
telling
to
you,
Ben
if I
Johnson.
tell you I want 15 and you hand me 17, I'm gonna deal with your difficult ass.
I heard that. I mean, hey, the money dirty though, Mike. The money dirty.
Shit. Look,
Money dirty, man.
you don't know my past like that, goat. I'm just used to dirty
That
money,
money
dog.
dirty. That money dirty, cuz. Telling you.
All
I
right,
done deal
fellas,
with
y'all
Dirty,
have
dirty
a good
money
dirty,
one,
for a
man.
long time.
filthy. That shit filthy.
It still pay bills.
Hey,
All right, Prime. Have a good one.
all right, Prime. Hey, we were getting ready, Prime. You left out. I was getting ready to get last words anyway, there, brother. I was getting ready to get your last words, but you went ahead and dipped. But that's Panther Prime podcast. Y'all go over there and show that brother some love, man. A good dude, man. He know his football. Y'all heard him talking about it. He went toe to toe with the Oracle stats and everything else. And gave his views. They wasn't out there in space. You know what I'm saying? Good brother, good podcast, man. Good quality podcast. But we're
You
gonna
call that
start getting
nigga the
some last word.
Oracle?
Wiley is the Oracle. The Oracle.
Okay.
He is that. That's him. He is him. Do you dispute that? If you want some of them now, I get. No, I ain't got time to put him on you though. I ain't got time to put him on you, Mike. I'm getting ready to get last words. Jalen, give me your
Uh,
last word.
my last word would be keep praying.
No doubt. Al, the sailor.
Yo, yeah,
Holla at
yeah,
me, Al.
yeah.
Give me
Nah,
last words there, buddy. Al.
Man, I don't sound like he in the bathroom taking a shit.
Well, we will
Golly.
we will go.
nah,
Hey,
but
Mike,
nah,
give me
nah. I appreciate y'all
Al.
though, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Okay, okay. All right. Hey, hold on. Who we got here? Better go Rail bringing his ass up here late. Say, give me his last word. Rail,
Yo.
give me your last word.
That boy Ray
God
always
damn,
eating something.
I just joined. How the hell I'm giving the last
Yeah,
word?
last word. Then you said that play. You come to the party late. Give your last word.
Look, I was fighting that 704 traffic, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
No
I
doubt.
know what you mean.
Yeah, I come from Mooresville.
Oh hell no! It's gonna take a whole hour to
I
get
didn't.
home.
I didn't say your history. I said your last word.
Okay, like I said before, Dan Morgan, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out by that head coaching pick. We're gonna see if he's the right GM. Recent history, well, not recent history. Let's not do recent history. History, biography, player profile. It says, "Hey, Dan Morgan, you can do worse." But the
Yeah,
thing is,
yeah,
can we do better? Can
yeah.
we have done better? Which I don't think we could have done better with the shit show that's going on in Charlotte and everything like that. So, like I say I'm 15 minutes from the stadium. Niggas ain't happy with lemon pepper temper.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's it. That's all I got.
No doubt. No doubt. Who we got? Pop, pop. What you got, pop?
Yeah, man. Don't thank y'all for everybody stopping through, making sure they hit that like button, they subscribe. Don't let these podcasters catfish you. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Don't let these podcasters out here catfish you. We're gonna bring you the real facts, no caps, all stats. Till then, keep praying.
No doubt. Wiley, holla at me.
Hey man, I'm just saying. I thought we said mediocre wasn't good enough around here. We bring up these mediocre ass dudes, recycles. Give me somebody brand new that ain't got that stank on him, and we would give him a chance.
No doubt. Yeah, I want to get that stank off these motherfuckers too, Wiley. I'm with you on that, man. I can stinking motherfucker. I can't have them no more, man. I can't fuck with them no more. With they stinking ass. Mike, let me know something, Mike. Give it to me.
Dan Morgan, I need you to show me something special this year. We've been suffering for too long. Show me you know how to retain the talent that we need to have here. Show me that you can build something in the draft. And show me that you are smart enough not to overspend in free agency so we can have a foundation that we finally can build on year after year. And I'm out.
Well, there we go, man. Hey, man, like I said, I started the day with 4 key points. We talked about Dan Morgan. Got to start fast, buddy. You got to show you on a short leash. Number two, Jim Caldwell, Nicole Tepper, and David Tepper. What's the relationship there? What's going on with Jim? You know what I'm saying? The next one, Bryce had too many voices in his head. People saying that. That's why they got these guys out here. And then the money man that came in that motherfucker. Hey, they took some the voices and some of the stress and stuff off of that GM plate. Y'all think about that, man. Y'all think about this stuff. We'll be around here. Might be a show tomorrow, might not. Keep your notifications on. And other than that, you know, I we keep pounding, we keep praying, change the mantra. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll see. I think next week they're gonna name somebody. But hey, what the fuck do I know? Mouch.